Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Pixels to Politics. Tonight, Bray and I dive into the latest headlines from escalating conflicts in the Middle East and AI's growing role in politics to Marvel announcements and global tensions. Buckle up for a fast paced discussion on the issues that matter most right now. How are you doing?
I'm here. Yeah, you just said my name. I'm here. I don't like.
Real.
It wouldn't be anywhere else.
I asked how you were doing, not if you were here or not.
I don't know. Like I'm here. I'm how am I? I'm here. Listen, I'm here. We restart the podcast.
No, no, I'm leaving all this in. It's not going anywhere.
Oh God. God damn it. All right. Yeah. No, I'm here. I'm ready to fight for Israel or Palestine. I don't know anymore. I'm fighting for someone. Probably Israel.
Yeah, well, we're still waiting for the Iran's planned attack. They said recently that they were intentionally making us wait. I saw
Yeah.
actually they had this really funny tactic where they would send up a single like oil tanker in the air, and it would
Yeah.
trick all of the Western allies into sending all of their jets to because they thought they were Israel was about to get attacked. So all of the sky would be full of jets, and it's just one Iranian tanker flying across the air. So they've kind of been baiting them into these cat and mouse games, but yeah, they said they're just waiting for a nice opportunity to fuck up Israel, which is crazy to say out loud, but yeah.
I mean, at this point, just let them fight.
That's my
Just
that's
let it.
that that's my conclusion now too. It's just like, dude, fuck it, just let them duke it out already. It's the fight for the
Yeah. Yeah.
century. Iran's a major enemy to us anyway. Like, just fucking
Just
nuke them, dude.
Just let like we're holding them back. Like America's holding back Israel.
Yes. Oh.
No one's holding back the Middle East. A slight disconnect there,
Mm.
but no one's holding back the Middle East, and America's holding back Israel. And they're just both trying to just go at it. Like just let them, just let go. Just let them go at it.
I
They'll
think
get over it.
I think the major fear. So it's happened, dude. Literally, I can't remember which war it was. They've been to war multiple times, but Israel, I think it was 2 wars ago, took on 5 Arab countries at one time and won
Mm.
against all of them. And part of the
I think he,
occupied,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think
some
you mean America beat 5 of them.
no,
Let's be honest
well,
here.
I mean, yes, it's always a combination.
America, America beat five
But
Middle Eastern, and the Israel's kind of just stood there.
yeah, no, that's not true. That's not true. You have to
Oh,
give
yeah,
them
that's
a
right.
little bit
That's
of
right. They lynched people at their border. That's right, and they left them there.
no. The IDF is formidable. Um,
They,
there's been a
they're
lot of
not wrong.
help, but they are very formidable.
Yep, yep. Let's go Mossad and IDF. Woohoo.
No, I do
Uh,
have to bite a bullet. I've seen so many videos of them assaulting their prisoners in the worst ways
all fake.
imaginable.
It's all AI. All
Oh my
AI.
god, dude! I fucking wish I would really like
It's AI.
it would be so nice to be able to cheer for a particular country, in a conflict and be like, yes, you deserve the W. You're great. It's so awesome. It's such a clear cut
China.
thing.
Literally China.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But
Listen,
no.
China's based. China is literally based.
Uh huh. No.
They don't care about their citizens at all. They leave them to starve. Their citizens don't care if they die at this point. Everything about China is just like a
Not
win
wrong.
because it's like they're close. I mean, they're not like at a positive birth rate, but they're not low enough to where it like will make a difference anytime soon. So I think it's going pretty smoothly.
I don't think so. As a matter of fact, they I think they still suffer from wow, my brain is blinking. What's the opposite of inflation?
Deflation.
Deflation. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. But I don't know. I haven't seen changes to that. Maybe they have. I don't know. But yeah, so there's the Iran thing that everyone's kind of waiting on, and then recently, actually, I don't know, this one kind of went under the radar for Americans, but there was a U.S. base in Iraq that got 2 missiles launched at it and ended up killing 14.
Why are we in Iraq?
Why are we in Iraq?
Why are we still in Iraq? Want to talk about 14 people dead? Why are we still there? 14 people that didn't need to die. Am I right?
I don't know, insurgents or something. Oil. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no
sure.
idea. But it happened.
Listen, if they can't govern themselves, then we shouldn't be trying to.
Oh, they
Let
can
them
govern
figure it out.
themselves. Here's a fun governing policy of for the Iraqis. They are moving the child marriage age from 14 to 9. That's them governing themselves. So that maybe that's why we're in Iraq. To be honest, maybe that's the real reason. That'd be nice. We
What are
were
we gonna
stopping
do?
shit
We're
like
gonna
that from
stop.
happening.
We're gonna stop them. How are we gonna stop them?
I
Are we
don't
gonna just?
know.
Are we gonna kidnap every 9-year-old and bring them up?
I
No.
if dude, if that were if that was what they were doing with illegal immigration, I would be so on board. If we just started only accepting women and children, I'd be like, hey, hoorah, brother, let's fucking do it. God
Yeah,
bless. But no, it's not. It's mostly men, by the way. It's like 80% men who come over that border, and meanwhile, that
yeah.
shit happens over there.
It doesn't affect us though,
It does though.
because we're
I
gonna be.
mean, it's pretty
We're
funny
gonna.
you said that. It
It
literally
doesn't.
affects us.
'Cause-
It does. Let me. Here's proof that it affects us. Okay, and
Okay.
we'll fucking fly through all the topics. But in the UK, they're currently rioting because the illegal immigrants that they have keep raping and killing their women and children and men too, but mostly women and children. And it's not just the UK; it's all over Europe. There's rising crime rates, soaring crime rates. It's like up 400% or some crazy number. And
So what do they do?
so now they're rioting.
Go ahead.
So now they're rioting. That's us. That's gonna be
Uh,
us. We're
Sounds
doing the
pretty
same
anti-Semitic
thing.
to me. Sounds pretty anti-Semitic there, Doug.
Dude, the
A
UK
little bit
news
too.
would agree with you. They would actually agree.
The UK news ain't gonna be the
Oh, jeez. A little bit of
keeps
lag
cutting
there.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the UK news ain't gonna be the UK news for much longer.
Did you see the video of the, I think it's the prime minister, or no, it's not prime minister. He's like secretary of something. I don't even know what, but he's sitting there and he's like, he's got all these Muslim men around him and he's giving a
Yeah,
speech and he opens with, Masam alaikum. I don't forget what the phrase is, but it's like the Muslim greeting. And he just
yeah.
gives a speech. Dude, he looks like he's in a hostage video. I know it's kind of a joke, but like, dude, it's kind of scary. I was afraid for him.
Listen, at this point, anything that isn't East Europe is a Muslim country,
True, not wrong,
unless there's a crusade. If there's a crusade, then there might be a chance. But
dude.
if there's no
I
crusade, then it's over.
I read a conspiracy theory that said the Israels were importing. This is one of my favorites. Israel was importing Muslims on purpose so that the white people could realize how dog shit their culture is and how bad it would be if like you know so that we
Well,
choose their side in the
Yeah,
war.
Israel is a superior country. Let's just be honest here. Listen, everyone wants to go to Jerusalem. Everyone wants to kiss the wall. I know I do. I love Mossad, IDF. They protect America.
You
We
can't
have a great relationship with Israel.
you
I
can't
don't know if they did
choose
send.
you can't
Hmm?
choose to be Muslim and support Israel. These two things are not synonymous.
Listen, I can have 4 wives and support Israel. That's not a problem
I don't
here.
think you
There's
can
no
do
issue
that.
going on.
I don't know if that
There's no issue
works.
going on here. It's only an issue if you think it is. I mean, I don't. I don't think I live in a Muslim country that would behead me for having that kind of opinion.
For now, you don't, but I don't know, man. Whatever.
Do you
So
think
the sorry, go ahead.
it it could be worse? I could be British and I could be sitting there in my house eating chips and salsa while there's a bunch of people outside my
What?
house that are attacking, raping, and pillaging,
What kind of
and then I'm
people?
like, what kind of people?
Yeah.
Anti-Semitic people.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those,
There's a
those-
lot of anti-Semitic people outside my house that are raping and pillaging, and it isn't until I look at my watch and I see the news that, oh my God, the country's being invaded. Guys, we gotta go. We gotta leave. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
the crazy
And
part
at
is
that point,
like, sorry,
yeah,
there are so many racist people. There really are.
yeah,
Um, there's just so many racist people, and I don't know
yeah,
how you like divide the issue of like, hey, dude, we're not racist, but like clearly there's a correlation here between the countries that are letting in illegal immigrants or refugees, whatever, and crime rates. Like this is a known thing going on. Um,
yeah.
but it's
They're not just racist. They're also Islamophobic. homophobic,
Right.
misogynistic,
Right.
bigoted,
Yeah.
fascist, sexist.
Yes.
Oh, they also hate trans people,
Yeah.
gay people,
Oh
bi
yeah.
people, lesbian people.
Yeah.
They also do not like, especially Jewish people. They're anti-Semitic to their core. They are also communist. They are also Leninists. They're also Marxists. Listen, I could keep going. I can go for hours about how terrible these people are.
I
You know,
yeah.
you know. So
Oh.
listen, if they have a problem with the Muslim people are peaceful. Islam is a peaceful religion. These peaceful people are going to the into the country, and they have a problem with them. Listen, some bad people did some bad things. Doesn't mean you have to paint with a broad brush. Just let them all in.
Shut up. Here's here's my point. Okay.
Okay.
You have Iraq, who operates under Sharia law, or parts of it, right? Muslim country.
Yeah.
They changed the uh consent age from or for marriage. I don't even think it's considered consent age. I think whatever marriage age is from 14 to 9. It's a Muslim country.
Mm-hmm.
We import people who are followers of that faith. That's their culture, right? That's the whole big thing. We justify our actions under. We say it's because of culture. We're allowed to do it. White people have no culture. And like, the UK,
Obviously not.
the
I mean,
UK.
obviously, white people don't have any culture. If I'm being honest here,
Thank hey,
because if they
thank
did,
God for
if
that. Thank God for that, Chief.
yeah,
Oh my God. I
just because they don't have a,
have you ever been told that, by the way, that you didn't have culture
well,
because you're white?
I think so. I probably didn't care. I still don't care.
I don't think she'll ever watch this, so I don't feel bad for bringing it up. But I had or have I don't know, we haven't talked in a while. I had a friend who would flame me whenever I would bring up these issues, and she would say,
Yeah.
"Oh, you just don't understand because you're white. It's part of the culture." And I used to always, I never said anything, but I used to always just want to yell like, "Thank fuck for that, bro!" Like, thank God I can self-reflect a little bit and not justify my terrible actions as a like rite of passage. But whatever. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. You have Iraq, and if you hear the news that they decreased the age from 14 to 9, and that disgusts you, it should. And then you hear in the UK that Muslims have taken over, and
Mm,
you can see what's going on there, right? And no
yeah.
laws have been really passed yet, but they kind of get closer and closer. And other places are knowing this. Italy, I think it was Italy. I might be wrong. I don't know. It wasn't
Mm,
Italy. It was an Eastern European country. They banned Sharia law. Um, Texas, I think, is trying to ban Sharia law. These are like actual concerns for governing bodies, and it's for a reason. It's because these people are coming over here now, and
well,
they have an influence, and you can see what the influence is by watching where they're coming from, watching what's happening in the UK. I mean, dude, did you see the numbers for London?
no, I haven't seen the numbers. What are the numbers?
It was like 50 years ago, it was like 70% white people. Now it's only 30%.
Seems like they're fighting a losing battle. Seems like the time to fight was 50 years ago. Seems like it's a little bit late for a crusade, if you ask me.
But okay, right. But that's my point. Is like we're not there yet, obviously. But like if we keep if we don't like have we don't fix the problem, like we can get there, man. We can really get there. It's not good. It's not good at all.
I,
It
I
should
mean,
worry
I
people.
mean, listen, Doug. I'm gonna go with the winning side. It doesn't mean I'm gonna be a pedophile. I'm just gonna go with the winning side. Okay. Listen, I don't like morals. Morals go out the window. Whoop. We're talking about money here. We're talking about money. I don't
Hmm.
care about morals. I care about money. And when it comes to money, the money goes to whoever has the most. Whoever has the most people, the most influence, etc., the most weapons. And right now, the Muslims seem to have the most people. So if you ask me if Sharia law comes over here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go praying. I'm going to go praying at the mosque, and I'm going to have 4 wives. That's going to be that's going to be my life. I don't mind that. Fine with that.
I will say I
So
I become a little more complacent due to the lack of listening. I'm just like I feel like I'm the one who's like, guys, does anyone notice this problem? And then everyone's like, I don't care, or I don't want to pay attention to it. I don't want to hear about it. And then it falls on their head, and then they're like, wait a second, and I'm just like, dude,
yeah, the only yeah. Listen now if
okay.
Sharia law came to me and I had to, everyone
You're a
eventually was
male. It
Muslim.
doesn't count. You're a male. What do
Listen,
you like? It's
listen.
only benefits for you. It doesn't matter who wins. It's a
Yeah,
benefit
I
for
know,
you.
right? It's great.
It doesn't matter who wins for you. You won.
And what are people gonna call me when like Sharia law comes here and I become a Muslim? Like,
What are they gonna
are
call
they gonna say I
you?
have no? Are they? Yeah, what are they gonna say? Like, gonna say I have no culture now? My culture is 4 wives and I go praying at a mosque every day. Like, I don't. Like now I have a culture, right?
It's true. It's true.
And it's like the only time I could see there being an issue with Sharia law is if they prevent me from playing video games or playing Magic the Gathering. If either of those becomes an issue, it's guns out. It's guns out. We're blazing.
I mean, if you consider becoming poorer an issue and it stops you from doing those things, maybe you
I mean, even if I'm poor, I can probably still afford Magic cards. I mean,
could steal them.
I Doug, I could
Could.
do anything. I'm Muslim.
Yeah. Oh
I'm on the winning
no.
team. I'm on the winning team, Doug. Because
Yeah.
look at how many Jews there are and look at how many Muslims there are. I'm on the winning team at that point. But we'll see what the Jews have to do. Let's see what Israel's up to. Maybe Israel has a trick up their sleeve for iron doming their way out of this one. We'll see what happens.
I have no
But
idea.
I'm joining the winning team. I'm joining the winning team no matter what happens. I don't care. But right now, me and Mossad, we're in good standing. I like Mossad. I
That's
think they
good.
do good work.
That's good.
So for the time being, we'll see what happens here.
And here's another fun one. So Taylor Swift had to cancel a concert in
Good,
Austria.
good, good. No one likes Taylor Swift. I don't like Taylor Swift.
I think
I
a lot
don't
of
even listen to
people
her
like
music.
Taylor Swift.
Those people don't count as people though. Those are I don't know what to call them, but they're not people. Like, I'm sorry, but they're not. They're like they're like insects, like drones, like bloop.
I used to like Taylor Swift, but anyways, a couple of her shows got canceled or all of her tour in Austria got canceled because terrorist threats. So um, I know that people have been kind of cracking a lot of jokes about it, like, oh, if you thought you guys were fanatics, just wait until you see the Swifty. And I saw a really funny
Yeah,
picture of her jet, and it was like it was a parody. It's from a parody site. They were like,
yeah.
just in, Taylor Swift's private jet nukes ISIS. It's
Yeah,
retaliatory
no.
strike.
Honestly, I would love to see a fight between the Muslims and the Swift fanatics,
The
the
Swifties would
Swifties.
win.
I
The
I would
Swifties
no,
would
they
win,
wouldn't.
bro.
Listen,
I
they
think they
might
would
have
win.
more in numbers than the Muslims. They're
They
the
might.
only group that has more people than the Muslims do. But let's be honest here. They would get slashed and hacked apart.
I don't
And
think
they
so.
would
I think
flee
the Swifties
at the
would
first
win.
sight of blood.
I think they would pop off.
Meat Canyon needs to make a video on this. He needs to make a video on this. I need to see the Swifties going against the Muslims and Mr. Beast torturing a man to PTSD.
Oh yeah. Do you want to go ahead and give your spiel about Mr. Beast?
So there's been a lot of allegations recently about Mr. Beast, um, a lot of which involves illegal lotteries that he did. A lot of videos about those illegal lotteries that have been taken down. Scripting or faking videos. And recently there was a guy named Jake Weddle that came out on Dogpacks 404's live stream just last night. He essentially said they kept him in solitary confinement for 3 weeks. He wasn't against his will, but he was in a position of low authority and um, a lot of social pressure to do so by not just Mr. Beast but the crew around him as well. And he was kept in a white room with a mildewy hot tub and an ice cream machine that had gotten rotten, with bright lights shining on him 24/7. The lights were never turned off. The entire room was white, and he was kept there for 3 weeks. And then near close to the end of it, they made him run a 15-mile marathon on a treadmill, uh, and he was receiving $10,000 each day for doing this. Um, and he was the first person they tried it on as well. So they tried it on a second person as well, and that person received $340,000. Um, but he was the first person they tried it on, And if you watch the live stream, he's literally crying. That was how traumatic the event was for him. So, and to make things clear, the Geneva Convention outlaws that kind of torture. They don't allow sleep deprivation as a form of torture. Like white room torture is a real thing. That's essentially what they did to this guy and several others actually too, for views. And they didn't see anything wrong with it either because they obviously haven't posted any apology about it since the live stream, which has been 24 hours now. I've yet to see an apology from Mr. Beast or his team. Um, and it's just it's a very very rough situation. They also had a registered sex offender that committed a offense against a child between the ages of 1 to 11 years old. They had him on their team as part of management. You could see him in some of the videos. He was wearing a mask. Um, Obviously, that is a huge, huge executive failure. They should not have hired anyone with any sort of registry on the sex offender list. Uh, he should never have been anywhere close to that facility at all. And the fact that he was is just a great mistake. And I have a feeling this will come back to bite them in the ass in a very, very legal, in a very, very financial way. Um, yeah, and then that's basically the gist of it. I'm not sure what will happen to Mr. Beast's legal team at this point. I don't know if they're going to make a statement anytime soon. They probably will have to at this point because the allegations and outcry from uh, whistleblowers within his company have gone too strenuous for anyone to ignore at this point, even Mr. Beast and his legal team. So, just a quick update on that situation since that has been a huge topic.
We've covered that like 3 episodes in a row now.
Yeah,
I
it's crazy. It's still going on.
That culture outside the fucking registered sex offender thing. That culture is not really that surprising to me. The fact that they like threw a guy in a room and like that torture YouTube prankster fucking go balls to the wall type stuff. It's really not that surprising that it happens to me. Happens, comma, to me. Not
Well,
literally to me.
you
But
you would think that Mr. Beast, with all his finances and all his capital, would be able to afford, like, at least at the minimum level, a legal team or a psychological team that understands that doing these things has repercussions, or at the very least, they are damaging to a point where it should not become a video. And it should not even get to the stage where someone is suffering at their hands willingly because of the pressure that is put upon them.
uh,
I think at the very minimum level, that should be something that, like, morals and ethics are a very, very simple thing. And even anyone, even rich people can understand that you shouldn't be doing something
yeah, but
on a
they
very basic level.
rich people don't understand that. By the way, the only reason are they're enforced to follow it. So like here, I think there's more of a legal issue of should Mr. Beast be held to the same like legal standards as an actual corporation? Like, are these employees? Are they willing participants? Are they signing contracts? Like, I think there's a lot of unknowns about it. I don't think it's right, obviously, to like throw a dude in a room and like torture the shit out of him for views. I think it's bad. He did go in voluntarily. I mean, he talks about being pressured, but at the same time, it's like you're a grown adult. I assume at some point you are learn how to say the word no, right? Again, not that it gives the right to do it, but like you go in, you sign on for money. It's like Fear Factor, right? It's like a modern day Fear Factor where you'd go on and eat bugs and shit and do really awful stuff. Uh, I think they are crossing lines, and somebody should do fucking something. This is
Yeah,
YouTube's poster boy. I mean, I just hate YouTube,
it
but
was their poster boy.
they don't have anyone to
At this,
replace him at this point.
yeah, they do. An
Who?
Indian YouTuber,
Who are you talking about?
the Indian YouTuber. I don't know his name. He's like the.
If you don't know his
Let me
name, he's
see.
not replacing Mr. Beast, dude.
Listen, listen,
I haven't
listen.
watched
Let
a
me see.
single Mr. Beast video in my life, and I know more
No,
about
not
him.
most subscribed channels on YouTube. Let me see. I forget his name. Listen to the most subscribed YouTube channels. T series. There we go.
T-Series is not. It's not an Indian dude. It's a fucking. It's a company in India that does entertainment. You the fuck?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Okay,
Do you
listen. The
think
only other
you think
option.
T-Series should be YouTube's poster boy?
Yes. Yes.
Oh
Okay,
my
listen.
god.
You're at that point. You're okay. Listen, if you don't want to do India, we have the third
It's
option,
not
which
that
is
I
the
don't
third most
want to do.
subscribed channel.
It's not about. It's not about India. You ape.
Well, listen. Coco Melon is number 3. We can go with Coco Melon. How does Coco Melon sound?
I don't know what cocoa melon is. I don't know what that is. I keep hearing
Well, it
people
says
talk about it. I don't know what it is.
yeah. It's a children's like educational show or something.
What the
But
hell?
it's based in the United States. We could do that. I mean, better
It's
than
not.
Mr. Beast at this
It's
point.
not about where it's from. I'm not worried about where it's from. I just
All
think
right, fine. Sony Entertainment Television India is the 4th most liked or most subscribed channel. It's from India.
you're
It's
talking.
better than T Series.
You're talking about. You're talking about whole ass fucking company. You're talking about like Sony and Disney and shit. Mr. Beast is not like on that level, dude.
Okay, what about that? What about this channel? Like Nastia, known online as Like Nastia, is a Russian American YouTuber. Some child with a cat.
I'm just going to assume that none of these people have anywhere near the popularity that Mr. Beast has. I'm not saying
Listen,
Google shouldn't do something about it, but I
I'm
just
taking this
don't think
straight
they
from
will.
Wikipedia. I'm taking this straight from Wikipedia. Like Nastia is the
Oh, thank
7th
God.
most
I
subscribed
just
channel on YouTube.
okay, dude.
She's right above PewDiePie.
That makes me
118
sad.
million subscribers. All right, fine. What about some Blackpink, the music group? That's
Yeah, I
number
like
13.
Blackpink. It's a
All
K-pop.
right, so
It's a
you want to have
K-pop group.
Blackpink be the poster child?
No, I'm just saying that I just don't suspect that they'll do anything about it because again, Mr. Beast has been
I can do something right now. I can just put T Series at the top of the algorithm. Like I don't even
you
everyone gets
yourself
T Series now.
you yourself
Yeah,
can do it. Oh, okay. Well, I don't understand why this is
yeah. I
even a
mean,
problem then.
honestly, at this point, I'm about to subscribe to T Series just because I want to see the channel beat out Mr. Beast at this point, out of complete
I want to
disdain for
see
business
Mr. Beast to
practices.
win. I want to see him win. I want to see him beat the allegations. To be honest,
He's not going to beat the allegations because it's not
I
just
think he
allegations at
will.
this point.
I
Yeah,
don't think we've heard enough like noise about it. We've heard literally nothing about it except these like
I think
random YouTube
I think
channels.
I think there's more on the horizon. I think
You
there's a
think
lot more on
more?
the horizon.
Maybe.
I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, to be honest with you. I think
You
we're
might
just
be
getting
right.
started.
It's possible.
I th- we're
I,
gonna receive content for at least the next 2 weeks minimum. We're gonna be
I
receiving
yeah,
content
that's fair.
daily.
I my thing is like I don't understand how people end up in these situations where they're shocked. Here's this guy who his whole shtick, like his whole shtick, is doing the craziest thing known to mankind, right? That you've never before
Yeah,
seen in a video. That's his whole shtick. So like the fact that people are surprised that the dude who participated in the yeah, we're gonna bury this guy in a coffin for 24 hours, and then that guy comes out of the coffin. He's like, "Oh my god, this was really terrible, Mr. Beast. Like, why did you torture me?" It's, like to me, I don't know. Like again, I sympathize because they did it to him, but at the same time, like you're a grown ass man who got into a room and you did it for money. Like uh, capitalism needs to be
I think
regulated for this reason, but like at the same time, dude, you're signing up, man. You signed up for it. Like,
I think
hello?
Mr. Beast has a lot of disposable wealth, and the fact that he can kind of just throw it around and not mean anything is relevant because to people, other people, $300,000 is a lot of money. To him, it's chump change, right? So for him, it's like, hey, listen, we'll give you $300,000 if you do Chinese water torture for a few weeks. Okay, sure. They don't. All they see is the $300,000 in their pocket. They don't know what Chinese water.
What the hell?
What the fuck was that?
What the hell was that, dude? What are you streaming? What? Pop it!
I don't know.
Pop the dude! Pop the bubble!
Okay.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. I don't,
No,
it didn't work. Okay. All right.
Do you Discord Nitro or something? What was that?
No, I don't know what's happening.
Dude, what is going on?
I don't know. What is this? Why does it keep doing that?
I don't know, dude. Dude,
Do
wait,
you
like,
have
wait.
that?
I no,
Wait, wait,
I
wait.
nothing's happening.
What if I wave? What does that do? Nothing? What about thumbs down? Can I do a thumbs down? Oh.
What, dude? What is going on?
I honestly have no clue. What about peace symbol? Can I do a peace symbol? Does that work? No?
What, bro? We're getting hacked. We're hacked or something right now, dude.
No, we're not hacked.
Yeah.
Relax. We're not hacked.
No,
We're not hacked.
dude, we're hacked. We talked about Mr. Beast and Mossad. They're fucking in, bro. That's them telling us they're
Listen, if the
listening.
worst they can do is send us balloons, we're fine. I don't care.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Listen.
enough.
All right. But anyways, people only see the dollar sign. They don't see
Are
the
we just
actual
go?
thing they're signing
We
up
just
for.
gotta gloss over it. Like, what
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
We,
You
I
know what
mean,
that is for sure,
I don't. I literally have no clue what that is. I didn't even know that was a thing.
dude. All right, my bad. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I genuinely have no clue. What the fuck maybe it's a Mac thing. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, all they see is the dollar figure. They don't know really what they're signing up for, and at that point, you can kind of call
How?
that
How do you not?
manipulation.
But how do you not? When I walk up to you to say, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna lock your ass in a room for 30 days and give you $10,000 a day," how do you not know what you're walking into?
Well, when you say, "Hey, we're going to give you a hot tub, an ice cream machine," and you're going to be essentially in a room, but they don't tell you the room's going to be completely white. They don't tell you they're going to be keeping the lights on the entire time. They don't tell you that the hot tub machine isn't going to have a filtration system, so it's going to stink like hell. They don't tell you that the ice cream machine isn't going to be clean, so it's going to have rotten milk inside of it 24/7. Um, kind of a different situation. But when you say, "Hey, we're going to put you inside of a room for 30 days, you'll be in an air conditioned unit with a hot tub, an ice cream machine, and you'll have a bed and everything." And you're like, okay, sure, sounds great. But on paper, it sounds good. But then when you actually get to it and it's completely different from what you signed up for, but now you're obligated socially to stay in there, not just socially, but also realistically, like your job depends on it, kind of. I can understand how that would be manipulation. But even if unintentional, it's still manipulation.
Yes, I don't disagree. I'm not disagreeing that what you're saying, all these things are true. I just think,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, bro. Like, you walk into the
Like if you
room,
told
you
me
can.
solitary confinement for like a month and I get $300,000, absolutely, I'm saying yes. If you say that you have a hot tub machine, ice cream machine, and I get a room. The only thing is, I don't get, and I get a pool table. I don't get access to my phone. Whatever. I barely use my phone anyway, right? Is what it is. I can do without my phone. You give me a couple books or something, I'll be okay for a month.
um, I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Fuck. I'm just not surprised. I guess is like my biggest take from it is I'm not surprised that these kinds of practices are taking place. You have a guy again whose whole shtick is about pushing everyone to the edge, and then making a video out of it and posting it online. And like he is literally the pinnacle of it's just a prank, bro. Like that. This is it. This is what it's accumulated to. It's this guy. This is his content.
Yeah.
It's the edgiest, most clickbaity titles you can get. We locked him in a coffin. Here's a guy trying to survive in the wilderness for 30 days. Here's a guy like again, it's just Fear Factor on steroids, and like I understand it's manipulative because you don't really know what you're going into, but at the same time, man, at the same time, I don't know.
No.
I think people
I
are
mean, it's
just
like,
understanding how capitalism works is what really is going on. It's like yes, capitalism means
capitalism would
exploiting
be
you.
even harsher. If we're being honest here, capitalism would be even harsher because
No, that is
the
what
United
what they're
States.
doing. That is capitalism. What he's doing. It's unregulated capitalism.
It's a symptom. It's a symptom of it. I wouldn't say it's capitalism incarnate, but like you got to remember, the United States government put sanctions on Apple, which is one of the biggest organizations in the world, and they put sanctions on them because they didn't have USB-C for their fucking devices, right? So this is kind of a similar thing where it's like there's this big giant, which is Mr. Beast, Beast Gaming, whatever you want to call it. It's a giant organization with a bunch of capital. Why is there not sanctions being placed on it. They put sanctions on Apple for something as simple as a port on their phone, but they're not vetting and monitoring what Mr. Beast is doing, despite him having a comparable amount of wealth
I mean, that I
and
agree
amount
with.
of capital.
I do think it should be
Yeah,
regulated. I
yeah.
100% agree. My I don't
I
know.
think that's
I don't place blame on Mr. Beast or this kid. I think it's more on YouTube and the government because they're not fucking regulating it. I agree with that.
yeah, yeah. Listen, at this point, the Beast channel is the kid in the back of the class that spent the entire year goofing off and being the class clown at the back of the class and not receiving any repercussions for it. And now he's about to find out that he's not going to graduate. I feel like that's the level that we're at here.
I think I don't know. I think it's a little more nuanced than that. I feel like technology, the internet, and phones have created a new rise of uh rich people. I guess it's a lot different, right? Like in order to get rich, 50, 60 years ago, you kind of needed to do one of two things. Like create a business that's going to take you like 5 to 10 years, maybe even longer, and it's got to be really successful, and you end up with like oil giants or, modern day tech giants, or uh, you scam people. That's the other way. Um, and now we have this technology that kind of allows a person to do both of these things very quickly, like within a day, within a week, within a month, which is insane because it never was like that. And so I'm not surprised that our very old senators and these old systems that are in place can't really keep up with this very quick rise of YouTubers and influencers that that can make a lot of money really quick and then abuse people really quick. And there's not only that, but it's not. There's I was looking up the laws for Twitch streamers and YouTubers, and it's a little different than like normal corporate giants, and it's very again, it's like new stuff. This is a new field, and so they just don't have enough laws and practice on it, and they don't know what the hell it is. We're talking about like 60, 70-year-old people who still watch CNN on their TV, probably a freaking tube TV in their house. Like they have no idea, bro. They don't know what the hell YouTube is. Like
Yeah,
YouTube is something their kids watching Coco Melon. Like they don't know. They have no
yeah.
idea. They don't.
Or
They
like
don't
Nastia.
they don't know that there's some kid who got really rich and is locking people in a white room to see how long he lasts. And if they did, they probably would think that shit's crazy, you know. Um.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I mean, I think they need to just monitor Mr. Beast and they need to put some restrictions on him. I think he should definitely lose his advertising spot with YouTube at this point. I think he should lose his Amazon show as well. I know Amazon probably won't cut him from the show, but he should lose it.
I don't
This is
disagree.
too much. This
On
is too
that
much.
same note, I mean, we had um Meowing Cat on here a couple episodes ago, and we were talking a bit about X and YouTube and Twitch and how one's more regulated, one's not, and types of content they put out. But it is I always poke way more fun at Google and YouTube because they're supposed to be the very safe content and hey, come watch us, especially children. And then again, like we have this situation where here's this big guy who probably cap he capitalizes on a ton of views from children. Like this is probably his biggest audience, and it
Yeah,
turns out he's just torturing people for fun and putting it online. And
yeah,
it's like, huh, wow. But what I wanted to say was, um, Elon and the somebody from Rumble, I think it's like a co-founder. Rumble being an
yeah,
alternate to YouTube that we actually post on.
yeah,
They're getting
yeah,
together and they're suing advertisers. I forget what it's called. There's a conglomerate of advertisers, and they pretty much just bully um, whatever they bully anybody who won't agree with them.
yeah,
So they are suing them. I think recently, I can't remember. I sent it to you, but they like forced
yeah.
them
He did.
to disband. So
Yeah, Garm.
Garm, yeah, Garm, that's what it is. Thank you. So hopefully, the biggest problem here is that the government's not regulating it, and instead they have these cartels Basically, there's no other word for it. A cartel. It's basically a cartel who is instead regulating it, and they're not doing a very good job because it's a cartel, and
Yeah.
the government is working with the cartels to push their own content and make sure that shit gets through instead. So yes, those the cartels need to get disbanded, and instead the government needs to be fucking proper and monitor and regulate this shit properly and stop being scummy, basically.
Well, here's the issue with that, which is that in a capitalist country, if lobbying and monopolies can occur, they will occur at some point inevitably if there's a loophole in the laws that are placed before. So lobbying, monopolies, cartels, all this stuff is pretty common. I'm not surprised. I think I already knew that there was an advertising cartel at this point anyway. Those are the same people that, decide, who gets put in what commercials, yada yada yada. I don't care. I haven't seen a commercial in years. I haven't seen an ad in years.
Fair
I
enough.
have ad block. I also have sponsor block. I haven't even seen anything that's sponsored in a long time either. So for me, it doesn't affect me. But I'm sure for people that care about ads or that people that like to watch ads, I don't know if those people exist. They probably don't. If they do, they're NPCs. But that's a whole nother argument.
Oh,
I'm,
a little bit of an echo there.
I, yeah. I think it's anti-Semitic to go against Garm, so I'm not going to say anything negative about Garm. So
Well, they're already getting shut down, and DEI in general was overturned. A lot of companies have already kind of swapped out. Microsoft fired their DEI team. Um, Somebody else dropped the DEI team. There, and anyways,
yeah,
whenever you have the private industry trying to regulate itself, it never works whatsoever. That shit never works. It just does not work. And
no,
we need there just needs to be government oversight. I hate it's weird calling for government oversight in this area, but there needs to be some
yeah,
proper government oversight because at the very least, there's more transparency when it's coming directly from uh, the legislative part of the government versus
yeah,
either a private cartel or those very famous federal departments that we all know and love. I don't know. I don't particularly care. Again, I don't watch this content. I thought it was stupid in the first place. I knew it was exploitive in the first place. It's very obvious. I don't know how anything that says, I'm going to stick a kid in a room for 30 days. I'm going to stick 200 people in a circle, and then whoever leaves the circle loses. Like, I mean, again, this guy just took Fear Factor and turned it up to 22. Like, he just went psycho with it.
yeah.
No.
The only thing they're afraid of is not winning any money. In a capitalist society, that's the true fear: is not winning any money.
Sorry, dude. Like, I just I'm a little confused. There's this growing movement of hating how capitalism works, but like the alternative, there are no alternatives. First of all, there's no other alternatives, and you gotta go work for your fucking. You gotta go work to live, and it's that or go live in
or
the wild. Like,
or go into solitary confinement for video.
yeah, whatever. Hey, you can do it, great. If you can't, go
Yeah,
fucking work at Publix. Can't do that? Go live out in the wild. Go hunt for your meat. I was watching Joe Rogan. He was talking about a dude who, I mean, dude, he was conversing with this very intelligent woman. She's like an astrobiologist, and fucking a dude, listening to her speak was insane. But anyways, he was talking about how he has a friend who he couldn't stand the normal capitalist life, like current society, and so he just went out and lives in the wild. And he has to go and hunt for his food every day, and it's like, yeah, guys, yeah, like we are still animals. You still kind of gotta have to work one way or another for your food. It just is what it is. So I don't know, like if you can go sit in a circle for 30 days and hold on to a plane or whatever the hell the video is labeled, great. If you have to go work at Publix, hey, it sucks dick, but like work is not fun. It's not fun no matter what you do. There's this growing movement of like, well, we don't want to work. That's great if we can get AI through the fucking uh assembly line and get it together and it can work for us and none of us have to work again. That's fantastic. We'll get there for sure, mostly. But like we're not quite there yet. And so unfortunately there are still going to be a lot of exploitative practices that we need to kind of monitor. I don't really our government seems a little spread thin here, like pretty badly, I'm not going to lie. Like pretty much every day
yeah,
there's a hearing on like some corruption scandal. Every day there's a hearing on tech companies, and they're trying to get them to regulate. I don't know what they seem really spread thin. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they should be expanded, but they seem kind of fucking really busy.
At this point, I don't think humans should be governing other humans. I think AI should be doing it at this point.
So here's my thing. I kind of agree, but the biggest problem I have here, and I this plays in the most. This is why I care about this election the most. By the way, is because the
Hmm.
implementation in AI at a wide scale. It's gonna matter a lot. Um, and I really see it's kind of moving into two different futures. But something that really worries me that we see from our government is a lack of responsibility. Uh, and that's a really big problem when it comes to AI because again, it's the power to automate a process, and
Hmm.
I think there should always be a human. A human should always be responsible for an AI's action. So whatever an AI agent is doing, there should be a human attached to that. That way, if that agent does something that is wrong, you have somebody you can make responsible for it, and that's accountable. Accountable is the better word. That's really important with this technology. I cannot express how important that attachment is to the tech. And then the other thing is, you have two different philosophies here, where one is kind of about equality. I don't know if equality is really the right word, but it's equality in outcome versus uh, equal opportunity.
Quality of opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Quality. Yeah. Equal
and
opportunity versus equal outcome.
yeah, and when AI is used in either of these processes, the the left one, the outcome one, it becomes very problematic because humans lose their agency, and
Yeah.
that's really terrifying to me. Like that's really scary. That if you have an AI that's governing you, let's say for whatever reason there's an emergency situation and it's your life versus mine, the AI is not
Hmm.
going to understand the importance of keeping us both alive. Like those types of decisions will be much. It'll be bad, is what I'm saying. It'll be really bad, and that doesn't seem like it would ever happen, but it happens all the time, already. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
minorities have kind of caught the bad end of that stick. But okay, let's talk about like COVID's a really good example. Actually, the vaccine. So I
Yeah.
suspect that it was made using, or actually we know it was made using AI. Um, and I suspect that I actually just read a report recently. This is true, that the companies who made the vaccines know about the side effects before they come out. And I don't just mean like side effects, but like how they affect one group more than another, like females, more than men,
Yeah.
or um. So you end up in this situation where you automate that, right? The COVID
Yeah.
vaccine, it gets made. There's an emergency. You need to push the vaccine out. You see that the vaccine causes clots in women maybe 10% more than men. Do you still launch
Yeah.
that vaccine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think everyone, I don't think everyone
What are you
would
gonna
agree,
do?
but it would probably be a discussion between humans. AI, it wouldn't be a discussion. They would just kind of measure life versus life there. The amount of
What are you
life.
gonna do? You're gonna make AI go through the whole process again and remake it? Like, let's get that 10% down a little bit. No, you're gonna fucking launch it. Who gives a shit? 10% more people die. Who cares?
Well, I disagree.
That's
So
that's how. Well, you see, the thing is, Doug, corporations think like that. They don't care who
no,
dies. They're just here
yeah,
to push out a
clearly,
product. So AI can't possibly be much worse. I read a quote that said, "You can't have a computer governed because a computer can't be held accountable." Who the fuck is being
exactly
held accountable right now? Who? Tell me who. I haven't seen one person get put in jail for any of this bullshit. Not one. Not even Fauci. So
true.
let's just have AI do it. Because at this point, I'd rather have the AI. Because at least I know the AI is in control and not some douchebag with a bunch of money.
I would like to see a step backwards for us, where we do start to hold people accountable, and then we implement
It
AI.
won't happen. Won't happen.
I mean, whatever.
So
Like we're talking theoretically here, and
what we
that's
need
the
to be
kind of
doing is
future I hope.
kicking people out of positions. We need to be doing is taking all these positions, all these bullshit positions, kicking them out, just completely removing them, putting AI replacing everyone. Everyone that can be replaced gets replaced. That's what needs to happen. Because the reality of it is, those people aren't being held accountable. They're leeching off of taxpayer dollars, and they need to go away.
I mean, maybe you bring up a good point where maybe I could be held more accountable. People would be less scared of holding it accountable, but
If someone was going to be held accountable, they would have been held accountable by now, and no one has. I've yet to see a hearing where something good has come out of it, where someone has been like, okay,
they fired the Secret Service director.
wow. It took someone almost dying for you to fucking hold someone accountable? Really? That's what it took? Yeah, listen, if that's the state that this country is in, we're fucked.
Well, then we're
AI
fucked.
cannot come fast enough at that point.
I agree. I think there's a
If
huge.
it takes, like, literally, it takes a dude literally climbing up a fucking building, pointing a fucking AR at the president or the former president, him almost fucking dying literally by inches because he turned his head, and then you have the audacity to sit there and be like, "Well, I don't really know anything." If it takes all that shit just for someone to get fired, then we're never gonna get rid of all of these cockroaches out of our government.
I think we've coasted by for a long time, and it's only now that people are starting to care because of the events going on. And so I'm hoping that there is a lot more accountability going on. The Senate itself has been holding these agencies, their directors, a lot more accountable. There has been a lot of that going on. There's been a huge pullback of power from these external automated programs that were supposed to take care of the problems. They're not. They're realizing it. They're like, okay, this is fucked. And there's been a lot of pulling back. And there's obviously still a lot of divisiveness going on, which is fine. That's like America. But you'd be surprised at how many times the Senate has agreed recently, like even against general presidential stuff. Like pretty much all of Congress is like, okay, maybe the president should have the power to pull us out of NATO. Um, maybe we should protect our candidates, our past presidents a little more thoroughly. Like,
We are NATO. America is NATO. There is no NATO. There is America helping Europe, and they are grateful and they kiss our feet.
true,
That
not
is
wrong.
NATO. That is literally NATO.
But the Senate has been pulling a lot of power back, and it has been holding these departments a lot more accountable, especially the FBI. The FBI has been taking so much heat in the past 2 years. It's kind of hilarious. But
Yeah, I mean the FBI has taken the same position as all the other cockroaches in the government. They're on they have the Democrat mask on. They are posing as the Democrats. They are not the Democrats. They are just greedy people.
I can't believe you're saying that out loud. You're all about being a lemming before.
I mean, I am a lemming. I am a like. What are you talking about? I am a lemming. Like, if this country goes to fucking civil war, I'm leaving. I'm gone, dude. I'm not staying here. You want me to work a job? Sure, I don't care. You listen, you want to have greedy corporations? Listen, man, as long as you give me a roof over my head, food in my belly, and video games, I don't give two shits.
Well,
Literally don't.
there's a race right now. So just there, a lot of people are waking up and they are taking back power, and there is a lot more accountability now, which is good. I think that's great. We should keep up that process. It's a little slow. I would like to see it kind of pick up because we have a lot of problems when it comes to regulations that need to be taken care of. We still need to weed out the cockroaches. There's a lot of cleanup going on, and it's because all of these guys have been sleeping because we haven't needed to pay attention. Now people are. Great. Keep doing that shit. Awesome. Love to see the government actually trying to fucking take care of things. Cool. But again, I just see us heading down these two paths where you have, hey, we can kind of automate things right now and we'll get stuck with what we have, or we hang on a little bit longer, we wait for the AI to get a little smarter, and then we, instead of like rushing these systems in place, we wait a little more gradually to put them in, which I think is the path we should take. We should be a little slower. It's gonna suck. We are gonna have to work a little longer, and kind of get through bad government for a little bit. But waiting for this technology to be fine tuned a little more, I think, is super important. Because if we don't weed out the cockroaches first, it will not be good. And two, the tech isn't quite there. Uh,
You are very optimistic, Doug, because the reality of it
I
is
am.
Trump
I
is
am
not
very
winning.
optimistic.
Trump is not winning the election.
I honestly, I
Trump is
have
not
no
winning.
idea. I think it's completely in the air, dude. I really do. I honestly have no idea
I
what
know for a
happens.
fact Trump is not winning.
Why do you
I
know
know
for a
for a
fact?
fact.
Is it the
I know for
monkeypox
a fact.
coming through or
It's
what?
it's not just the monkeypox. It's not just because it's like they have so many options at their disposal, right? They have the home court. They have the home field.
Yeah,
Trump is the away team. He's on their turf. At this point, here's their options: monkeypox with mail-in ballots. Just fucking copy, print, literally print votes for Kamala. That's option number one. Option number two, they kill Trump. Pretty easy, pretty simple. It can be done. Maybe they do it, maybe they don't. Option number three, they put him in jail in September when his hearing occurs.
for
Who
which
knows if
case is
he's
that?
going? I don't even remember. I just know his hearing for it is on the September. I didn't look too much into it.
Okay.
But and then you also have number four, which is using the amendment that allows you to prevent, um, I think it's presidential immunity from occurring or from civilians having more immunity than they should or something like that. Those are their four options right now. And the reality of it is, I'm really liking the monkeypox one because it means I can invest in stocks and make some easy money. So I'm really liking monkeypox. I hope they go with that one. They might go with option number two, which is kill him, but I couldn't say for sure. Then option number three, going to jail. Can't really say for certain. Once again, another toss up there. Same with number four. The only one that's like really surefire is number two or number one, really. So they'll probably go with one of those.
Um,
I don't really care which.
I think people got really underestimated pretty much at every corner here when it comes to Trump and his supporters. I don't think they expected him to
Yeah.
win the first time. I really don't think they expected people to see through all the bullshit as much as they had. I don't think they expected the Supreme Court thing to happen. I don't know. I don't think they expected him to survive the assassination attempt. Like I think there's been a lot of luckiness that's come into play here. Um, so again, I don't know. I think there's still a good chance he wins. Have you seen the? There's a good chance.
Yep. Oh, look at that right there. Well, look at that. It's the thumbs down.
Of course, Apple would agree with you.
Thank you, Apple. You greedy ass capitalist shitty organization, but you make some damn good computers. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You make some good fucking computers and some good phones. I'll give you that.
uh, so have you seen the partnership or the that Trump's been going on podcasts a lot more? He jumped on the stream with Ed and Ross, and he was on there with XQC.
God, it makes me so embarrassed to be in my fucking generation when I see XQC and his skinny ass wearing a Trump on his on a large T-shirt that doesn't even fit him, walking up to like I.
I told you this is our future. I said it like a couple weeks ago.
No,
I
no,
told you
God,
this
that
is the
didn't.
future. I said, oh, I wouldn't be surprised if
No,
we were gonna see more of more of them popping on podcasts and streams, and if candidacies would instead have to rely on
no,
streamers. I told you we were headed in that direction.
no, dude, it's idiocracy,
This is
dude. We're
proof.
literally
This is
getting.
proof.
We need AI. We need AI. I can't take it anymore. I can't. I'm having an aneurysm. I'm having an aneurysm. Oh my god. When I saw it on YouTube, when I was going to my YouTube homepage and I saw Aiden Ross with Trump, I was like, "It's over. We've hit the bubble. This is the peak. This is the top. We've hit the
I thought it
top. This
was
is all we
great.
got."
I thought it was great.
You know.
I thought it
And then
was great.
he talks shit about the electric vehicles for like 15 minutes, and then he gets given a Trump wrapped Cybertruck. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to, I'm lost. I'm lost at this point. XQC is just fucking white at the White House, the fucking White House. I'm like, what the
We have such an insane. It wasn't the White House. It was Mar-a-Lago, but
whatever, same
I
thing.
know.
Mar-a-Lago, white. It's the same thing at this point. You know what I mean? Who?
It again. I see as I think it's really interesting that the paths we have laid before us right now are so different. You have literally communism, by the way, whether you feel great about that or bad about that. You have literal communism, and then Trump, who pretty much idealizes capitalism at a pretty high level. Like I'm not sure we have. It's been a long time since we've had um, somebody like Trump. I feel like Ronald Reagan, not Ronald Reagan. Is it Ronald Reagan? Who destroyed the
I mean,
gold standard? Was it Ronald Reagan? Yeah.
probably.
It was
He's
Ronald
screwed a
Reagan.
lot of things.
Like it's yeah, you have Ronald Reagan. Sorry, you have capitalism and probably capitalism like we've never seen before or we haven't seen in a while, and then you have communism and socialism, and that's like the two paths really laid out before us. And I don't think we've ever seen it at such a large scale. Maybe who ran against JFK? Do you know?
Literally everyone that wanted him dead.
Fair enough. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I. This is a really crazy election in terms of the difference in candidates. Like, you had Al, who was Al Gore, and was Al Gore and Bush? Yeah, right. That was Al Gore
Yeah,
versus
yeah, Al
Bush.
Gore. But honestly, that was such a nothing burger election. I couldn't care
That's
less
my
about Al
point.
Gore
Is
versus.
that was pretty much nothing, and then you had who ran against Obama? I can't even fucking remember. Oh, Mitt
I don't even
Romney.
remember who
It was
ran.
Mitt Romney.
Uh, yeah, I think
Yeah.
what was the slander they used against Mitt Romney that he used like a slur or something one time? Was that
I have
the
no idea. I don't know.
I can't
Everyone.
remember. It was so long ago. But honestly, Obama was whatever. Obama was like a nothing burger for 8 years. Nothing really happened. Only thing
He
you can
actually
remember.
started DEI. I Obama sowed a lot of, and I actually like Obama. I think what they did was they took a lot of the things he started and they twisted it really into these really ugly things that we
I
have
didn't pay
today.
attention at all. The only election I can really remember is the first election where Trump won because that was the funniest shit ever.
I couldn't believe it. I hated Trump. I didn't
Yeah,
hate Trump. I just watched a lot of the news, and so I just
yeah.
thought what they told me. I thought they were telling the truth, and so like
Oh,
I
you're a 1984 person. 1984 NPC.
yeah, yeah, I was an NPC, dude. I watched the news and I was like, I just believe what they said. You know, they said he's a racist, and then they would show a clip of him, uh, talking about China or whatever, and like I just really bought into it. I was like, okay, there's no way that this. They thought he was stupid. They kept saying he was stupid. I was like, yeah, he sounds like an idiot. Maybe this has to be true. Like I just really bought into all of it. And so when he won,
Yeah.
I was completely shocked and I couldn't believe it. I walked around my house like this, like I just couldn't fucking believe, bro. I was completely shocked. I could not fucking believe it, dude. Um, but yeah, I was a total
I was
anti-Trumper.
laughing my ass off when he won. Trump winning was one of the funniest moments of my life. I was like, the madman fucking did it. He said this craziest fucking shit and he still fucking won. I was like,
Yeah,
let's go. We memed it into existence, guys. We
it's.
memed it into existence.
I always think it's so funny now that like I'm a big Trump supporter because I used to be very against him. Like I just believe what they said, and then I just did my
Now
own
it's the
research.
reverse.
I know.
Now I'm the Kamala supporter.
Yeah, now you're the fucking Kamala supporter, you goddamn commie.
I'm the
Oh,
lemming NPC now.
you're so
May I
dumb.
take your order, sir? I get a steak dinner out of it. What do you get for voting for Trump? Nothing. I get a steak dinner.
Hopefully not communism. Would be nice.
Who
Like that would
cares?
be
Just take
good.
the money and run.
I care.
How's the country going to function without its people?
Um, I mean it's.
It doesn't. It doesn't. The country doesn't function without its people. If there's better options to go to, it's
Oh,
like being
I
a
agree. I think if Kamala wins, we'll actually see a fucking exodus. I'm not gonna lie. I actually
yeah.
think that's true.
I don't mind. Dude, we can go to Japan, Yakuza. Let's we can Yakuza it up.
Do you want to say that out loud? They might be worse than Mossad, dude.
The Yakuza? No, the Yakuza are pretty chill. They were
Oh, okay.
pretty nice to Johnny Somali. Like Johnny Somali
Oh yeah.
disrespected their entire country, and they were still like, "Hey man, if you apologize and bow down in front of us, we'll let you go." And he did it, and he still kept being an idiot.
Wow.
That's why everyone hates Johnny Somali, and I love it. I absolutely love the crazy little bastard. I don't think anyone could do what he does and live.
Do you see? Do you know who Kai Cenat is?
Yeah,
Do you see
I think the clip of him getting offered by the Harris campaign
So wait, hold on.
to go.
It got a lot better today. So Kai
Yeah,
Cenat, for those who don't know, I think he's the biggest streamer on Twitch right now.
probably.
If
He's one of them.
he's not the biggest, he's pretty big. Honestly, I like him. I think he's a really smart dude. And
He's okay. Yeah, I don't really
yeah.
watch his streams, but I don't think he's a bad guy or anything.
No, I think he's one of the few like genuinely decent streamers out there. He's just trying to be entertaining, and he doesn't really buy
Yeah,
into the influencer sphere. When he does, it's very joking. Like you can tell he's just fucking off, which is great. Um,
yeah.
but anyways, he went. he was streaming and he like raged out and he like bangs his keyboard and he talks about how the Secret Service has been calling him nonstop to get him to do a collaboration with Kamala Harris. Here's what's going on in the political atmosphere. So, Brayden, I think you were right last week when you said that people who are gonna vote have already kind of decided on Kamala or Trump. However, so I think that what's going on now is both candidates are kind of trying to get the younger audience, the ones who like just turned 18, uh, and haven't decided. And so I think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
And so what they've been doing is partnering with streamers and podcasters because that's where a lot of the younger audience is, and that's where a lot of the audience is that doesn't pay attention to mainstream shit in the first place. So there's a lot of untapped people there, and
Yeah.
Trump has been popping up on a lot of streams. I think he was on Lex Friedman, who uh, is he OpenAI? Am I losing it? No, he's not
Lex
OpenAI.
Friedman? It sounds like a supervillain name.
He's a tech genius. I can't remember which. Uh, I think it's OpenAI. Am I Trump?
American computer scientist Lex Friedman.
Whatever. He's a really smart guy. He's in the computer area
I'll take your
or
word for
tech.
it. I see pictures of him with Mr. Musk.
Yeah, him and Musk have done a lot of. Dude. They did a 4-hour podcast recently, but their episode. Anyways, Trump was on there.
Yeah.
He was on with Jake Paul or Logan. I can't
Oh
remember which
god.
which one of the two he was with. Um, and he did Aiden Ross, who's a streamer. Anyways, Kamala has been trying to match this, and she's been reaching out to a lot of streamers and influencers, and she's been getting exposed for it. So, a dude from FaZe, which is a gaming brand or organization, one of their streamers called her out and was like, "Look at this fucking dog shit," trying to get
Yeah.
in contact with me. Um, a lot of OnlyFans models apparently have been contacted by Kamala and
Listen,
paid.
Doug, if Kamala Harris ever messages our podcast and asks to be on it,
Yeah.
we will do it for a quick blowy. A quick blowy under the table and she can be on the podcast.
Dude, I would love to have someone like that come on the podcast. I think it'd be fucking awesome. What the hell?
Yeah.
Um,
For a quick blowy under the table, of course. We're not
of
gonna do it for
course,
free. I
of
mean, it
course,
is
never.
Kamala Harris after all.
Yeah, but
Can't can't just let her on her for free. Gotta get something out of it. I mean,
so
Kamala Harris. I mean,
so she reached out to Kai Cenat, who he just kind of lost his mind. It was like not her personally, but whatever. So he smashed his desk and was like, "I don't know shit about politics." He's pretty funny. I love him. I definitely recommend going to check him out. Well, Kamala and her campaign group came out recently. It was like, "We didn't contact him." And it's like, yeah, okay, dude, you used a third party. Don't act like it fucking didn't have anything to do with you. I don't know. I can't fucking stand Kamala, dude.
yeah.
I can't fucking
Only thing I hate
stand
worse than
her.
a liar is a bad liar.
Yeah.
Only thing I hate worse than a liar is a bad liar.
I fucking hate Kamala Harris. I was throwing that shit out there. She is like
Yeah,
everything I
I'd
hate.
hate her too, unless she, happens to go under the table and give me a quickie.
Still welcome to come on, of course. I mean, I'd
No,
fucking
no,
love
no. I mean,
it.
if you do the thing I said before, then yeah, then you're. But otherwise, no, you can't come on the podcast.
Oh my god, dude. So the next big thing is Trump and Elon are gonna sit down and do a little episode together. That's Monday, and then I just know Trump and Joe Rogan they are gonna do an episode together. Oh God, don't do that. You're gonna get us on the list. You're gonna get us on the list. Remember? That's how you get on the list.
The list? What fucking list? What are you
The
talking
C
about?
that's the CIA watch list, dude. When you do that shit, what is it called? I can't remember. That's how you
Mewing?
mewing. Yeah. Oh, dude, we said the word. If you say that word, you get on the watch list.
God, I hope so. God, I hope so.
Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. I like the politics kind of entering the internet atmosphere. One, I think it's the natural progression. It just makes sense. But I do feel like there's a lot more accountability to candidates when they do this because it's a lot more personal to voters, right? Like when you see her on your
Yeah,
favorite stream or him on your favorite stream with your favorite guy, like that means a lot to people, especially when that person's endorsing that candidate, which is a lot different than like let's say Trump. Like I wasn't really aware of Trump until he came out of nowhere in 20 was it 2020? Am I drunk? Sorry, 2016.
2016.
2016. I didn't really know shit about him. I fucking didn't even notice him in Home Alone 2 or whatever. Like I barely knew. I know like to the older generation he was somewhat known, but I didn't know shit about him. He just came out of nowhere, and he came in to me as an idiot who didn't know nothing. And now I'm like, fucking
Yeah.
yes, Trump all the way. And it's kind of the same with Kamala, where she comes in on screen out of nowhere. I don't know who she is, and to be honest, I think she's an idiot. I might be wrong again. I doubt it because I've watched some of her
Honestly,
shit.
if
But
Kamala really wants to win, she just needs to do a porn video. She needs to make an OnlyFans. That's the
dude,
only
that would
way
be
she's
a
gonna win it
fucking that would be an
fairly.
alpha move. Actually, that would be
That's
a
the only
crazy
way.
move.
That's the only way she's winning in a fair voting system. That's the only way she wins. If
It's a
she
good thing
wants to
it's
be
not fair
fair.
then.
But it's a good thing they're not going to win through fair means because monkeypox is going to happen, or Trump's going to get shot, or he's going to end up in jail, or he's going to get essentially amendment blocked from being president. It's going to be sent to Vance essentially, or whatever. But who cares? Honestly, who cares? You can just leave the country whenever you want. Just leave. Just fucking leave.
Ugh,
I already
I
know where I'm
care.
going. To China. Going to China. Because in China, they have Genshin Impact. That's what they have in China. Yeah, with the waifus, with the very bigly waifus, with the big bombadoo vests, the chest pieces of Genshin Impact wife.
What the fuck are you
Sorry,
saying?
I don't know.
What the hell are you on about, dude?
I don't know. Listen, we need to go. Honestly, Trump has a lot of work to do, even if he does get into office, because
I
he still
agree.
has to reduce my gas prices down to $2 again. That's all
Actually,
I
that
really care about.
to be honest, reducing gas prices is not hard.
Oh yeah, you just shake hands with Putin. That's all you do.
I mean, no, you don't. There are a couple ways to force gas prices to go down. You have the Democrat way, which is just work with Saudi Arabia or fucking gas cartels, or you have the Republican way, which is just open up our own reserves and drill, baby, drill. So I mean, like, it's really not hard. The
Is that
problem,
really what Trump did to lower gas prices
yeah,
when he was
you just
president?
tap in your own reserves. Yeah. I mean, it
I
helps if you
mean,
don't have two crazy wars going on, one in the
I
Middle
mean,
East and one with Russia. I mean, that's pretty
I don't
helpful too.
honestly. I like the Democrat way more of doing that because at that point, like, yeah, people are paying more for gas, but you win the long game.
Which is
They don't have any gas, and we have all the gas.
well, so here's the thing: the Democrats are pushing for the whole green energy thing. So they want gas prices to go up anyway because they want to force
Oh yeah, no,
people.
that's gay. That's gay. Completely forget that idea. That's gay.
Well,
But the other countries not having any gas and we have all the gas. That sounds pretty tight. How much is it going to be per gallon? Let's say $100. $100 a gallon. You can have as much as you want.
there's a current push to get us on green energy from the left, which again, it you can think of that what you will. I don't know. Like I've
Listen,
never.
man,
Yeah,
if you want to install um, a solar power farm in every state, go for it. I'm all for it. But don't try and cut gas out of the system. That's all I'm saying.
that's kind of the right position. It's like if you want to do green energy and electric cars, great. So here's what I've kind of noticed, and again, I think it's like it's this branching pathways here when it comes to how we want things to be run. You have kind of the left, which wants to take control and kind of guide our country in a very controlled direction. And I get the safety and comfort in that. I like really do. I get it. You like care about global warming and like fossil fuels running out, so you really want to push for green energy. And the way to do that is you up gas prices and fucking sanction the shit. Where I get it. I do understand. However, on the other hand, you have the Republicans who push more of like supply and demand, which is kind of let just give the people what they want, right? And they'll figure it out as problems arise. So you have when you do things on the left way, your problems are a little more controlled. You do things on the right, they're not your problems are going to be a little more spontaneous, and you're going to have to react. However, personally, I kind of trust that we as a people can overcome the problems, and I think a lot of innovation, like the best innovation, comes from spontaneous problems that we can't control. Uh, so I don't
People are
know.
stupid. People are
that's your
stupid.
that's your conclusion. I don't disagree.
Yeah, yeah.
I
People
don't
are stupid.
disagree.
I mean, I mean, look, we have the age of consent being moved from 14 years old to 9 years old in
Dude,
the year
what the
2024 in the Middle
fuck?
East.
Isn't that wild?
Doesn't seem
Isn't
like
that
people are getting any
fucking
smarter,
insane?
isn't it? If anything, we're going backwards. And then you got, lower IQ in America, lower IQ in Europe. Whether that's because of the immigrant situation, I couldn't really say. Um, but I do know that United Kingdom is pretty much donezo at this point. Unless they crusade, it's time for a crusade. Bring back Excalibur. It's in the United Kingdom somewhere in that lake or whatever,
I do think the
or
only
in the
way that
stone.
so they've the I don't know, the UK has been fucked for I think since Brexit, but they've gone
Yeah,
through I don't know, like 5 or 6 prime ministers in like 3 years,
yeah,
which is insane. And I think most of them have been on the left. Rishi Sunak, who was the last one before this guy, they were considered somewhat right. I'm not really familiar with their parliament or their like their legislative system. To be honest, I
yeah.
can't really comment. So I don't I know that they've just had a lot of problems for quite a bit now, and I think as each one has come in, they've kind of taken care of one problem. Um, However, the current party that's in charge, we actually have viewers in the UK, by the way, so shout out to them. But
Well, they're probably dead now, Doug. They're probably not alive anymore.
hey, good luck, Brubs. Good luck.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
fucking luck,
Eat your
dude.
fish and chips, like
Yeah,
the British Popeye. Eat the fish and chips, and your muscles get really big, and you
dude.
magically get rid of 70% of your population and move them into France.
I don't know how they like the immigration one is probably their next. So their last one was their economy. Their economy was dog shit, and I think it's kind of tempered out a little bit. It hasn't. It's not like fixed, but it has stabilized, I think. And so now I think their next big
Yeah,
problem is this one. However, the labor movement, I don't know where on the political ladder they fall when it goes up or down, but I do know they go pretty far left, and they're
yeah.
actually kind of for immigration, whatever, letting in immigrants. So like that's there's no shot that they end up fixing this problem. So I am a little worried for the UK people that they're really their real only solution here is to fucking protest and like riot and shit. Like that kind of is their only way to fix this problem.
I think Britain is at the funniest point it's been since Monty Python. I think it's at the funniest point. Like the last time Britain was actually funny was during Monty Python, with the Python films, right? Now they're funny again because they've let in a bunch of random people they don't know. They're destroying their economy. They're raping and pillaging, right?
Mhm.
And the news is literally saying that the people that are rioting are racist, which is insane.
Oh my
But I mean, at
god,
this point,
dude! Did you
it's
see the
funny. It's
video?
actually funny.
You're dude, it is kind of a parody. If you guys want to see some crazy shit, turn on Sky News. I think it's a UK news network, but the things they say are I swear to God, it's like an SNL parody. I swear to God, guys, go and watch that shit. I was watching it during the riots on I think it was like Tuesday or Monday, and they have a reporter there, and she's there and she's talking and she's like, these right wing extremists are trying to kill the immigrants. They're racist, whatever, blah blah. She's like saying that nonsense. And as she's talking, by the way, a like gang of immigrants comes up behind her and they're like masked out and they're like they have weapons, like they have knives and shit, and they're like, "Fuck you, free Palestine, fuck you," and they go and they try and slash her fucking tires, dude. And it's like bro, that is the closest to dystopia I've ever seen in my entire life. But you have this woman who's out there and she's like, gotta watch out for those white racists who are running around trying to kill the Muslims. And in the
She is
background,
not. She
sorry, go ahead, yeah.
she is not the problem. She is not the problem, Doug. She is
Oh,
a symptom of the problem.
I agree.
She's a she is hired. She's told to say those things. They're
Yeah,
hired to have a certain narrative. And I guarantee you, the same company that pays Sky News is the same company that put all those immigrants there to begin with, or
yeah,
they know the people.
yeah.
They're
Oh,
all
100%.
connected.
No, you're
Everything's
correct.
interconnected.
No, you're correct.
And the funniest part is, they're sitting there saying all these things. It's like saying, oh, hey, yeah, there's these people that are trying to plug up the hole in the boat that's sinking currently. We're on the boat, but these people are racist. They're trying to plug up the hole in the boat, but that hole is Muslim, so they can't plug up that hole. So
True.
yeah, so we're gonna sink here and drown. But if they try to plug up that hole, guys, they're racist, buddy. All right, let me tell you one thing: if we're sinking, we're not gonna be sinking as racist today. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna sink, but as long as we're not racist, fuck
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Dude,
And
I
it's
don't
funny
know.
too,
Keep going, keep
because at
going.
this point it's
Preach.
doomed. At this point it's doomed. It's over. Like UK is finished. And the thing is, I have a friend that I play Magic with, and I haven't heard from him in a while. I'm
He
pretty sure
died.
he's
The
gone too.
Muslims killed him. Yeah, they got him,
They
dude.
probably could. They probably got him. He's a peaceful guy. He has a girlfriend, so he's either left Britain at this point or he's just dead. And it's like, all right, well, he was actually kind of cool, so that makes me a little bit sad if he is dead. But
I'm sorry it's the
I haven't
loss of
heard
your
from him.
Brit brother, your English brother.
I wouldn't call him a brother. Yeah, I think if someone, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Stupid people, people that aren't stupid. You know what I mean? It's like that's how it is
I,
with the British nowadays.
but I do think they should serve as a warning sign because here in America, I don't watch regular news anymore, so I don't know how publicized it is. But I do see a lot of reports of illegal immigrants fucking killing and raping here in America, and
Wow, I'm really shocked that the countries that support 9-year-old marriages are the same ones that are raping and pillaging in the year 2024. I'm really shocked by that one. That one's really hit me in the nads. I didn't see that one coming.
but it
You know, you
happens.
know,
It happens, and
maybe we should have let in less immigrants. No, no, that'd be too racist. That'd be too racist. I'm sorry.
that
I'm
would be
sorry. I
too
apologize.
racist. But like,
That
okay,
would be too
dude,
racist.
this is another one of those situations where like I'm still really hesitant about going all in on any politician. So when the whole Trump thing, when he was in office and he was talking about banning immigrants from Muslim countries, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. That's like a little fucked up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that was my like natural thought process. Like what's going on there? And then it's always like a year later, you hear about this crazy shit from what he was trying to stop. Basically, what he was literally trying to stop is happening. You're just like, my mind is just always blown, dude. Because I'm like, I never want to have so much faith in a politician. I don't. I'm always questioning it. You should. You should always question a politician.
yeah,
You should always question it. And yet it happens live, and I'm just like, dude, guys, like this
yeah.
motherfucker tried to stop it from happening. He literally put those countries on a ban list for a reason, man. And now it's like happening here. And we're obviously we're not talking about legal immigrants who
Yeah.
applied and they come in. We let in 500,000 of those a year. Like that's an
We're
insane number.
talking about the people that are literally like crawling in the fucking mud to jump a fucking wall. That's who we're
Yeah,
talking about.
exactly, dude. Yeah. And my favorite, I love America so much because you obviously have a huge ethnic pool here. And so
Yeah.
there's always like some Asian guy who's just like, fuck these illegal immigrants, they're coming to get us. Just like, tell them. I love that shit. That's so funny when the left calls us racist, and then you have like racial minorities in the same boat as us. Like, this is America. Get these fucking illegals out of here. This shit
Well, I mean,
cracks me up, dude.
you got these lobbyists that are trying to call like the white people in the country racist. The white people aren't the ones you have to be afraid of being racist. Once the Asians start getting racist, is when you really have to worry, because they won't fuck around. They will literally just go onto the street like during the '90s riots in LA. The fucking Koreans,
Oh
they just
yeah,
got
it's
their
always the
fucking rifles and
Koreans.
they got up on the fucking roof. They didn't
Oh
give two
yeah.
shits.
Oh yeah,
You want to talk about who you need to be worried about when things start getting racist? The
dude.
fucking Koreans.
I love it, dude. I love our country. I love the core foundations of our country. I think it's so fucking prime. This shit's so
Oh yeah,
funny. There's
yeah, no, and
only. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think, and there's a huge thing that people are missing out here on, and especially the lobbyists at the top, with their ivory towers. They're forgetting about the silent majority, the people that don't post on social media at all, because all they have all right now, all they're looking at is a screen of all these messages and all these polls and surveys, but they're not looking at the silent majority. See, I knew about Epstein's Island 3 years before anyone knew about Epstein's Island. I knew about all of that. I knew Obama had been there. I knew all of these other politicians had been there. because I was, like I wouldn't want to say an investigator because that'd be too grand of a term, but I spent a little bit too much time on the internet going into places I really shouldn't have wasted my time going into. And I knew about things I really shouldn't, that really just didn't affect my life in any way. And so when I tried to say stuff about it, I just got blown off. And then when it comes out onto the news, all the normal tins are shocked. Oh my God, Epstein, what? Look at all this crazy shit that happened. And it's like, I tried to say shit for years and no one gave a fuck. So it's like, you think the silent majority cares at this point? What happens? No, they're just gonna vote. And when they vote, you're gonna have an option. The only two options are gonna be monkeypox or shooting Trump. So I'm curious to see which one they go with. Because I'm
Probably
not
both.
sure the sentencing is gonna be enough to put him away.
No,
And once he
it's
does
not.
get elected, I don't think he's going to be going for a wall approach this time. I think he's just going to be going for lethal force along the border. I don't think he's going to waste time with trying to build a wall again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I think all these things are true. I do think now there. It's been a while since sorry. We've never had a blend of what you just described as a silent majority. The people who like kind of know these things and they just don't say anything because there's a lot of them. Most of
Yeah,
them are on the internet. You have access to free information. It's not really hard to figure this shit out. Like it's really
yeah,
not. It tends to be one Google search. It's one click. It's like most of the time it's just put right in front of you and you just see it. You like it didn't take me long to swap from being a fucking Trump hater to a Trump supporter. It didn't take me long at all. Once I
yeah,
found out they were lying once and then twice, it's just like, okay, dude. It gets really easy to kind of follow the lines. Um,
yeah,
but I think now there's a blend. There's a blend between the two, and they're like finally crossing over, where our generation doesn't pay attention to the mainstream media. Even the generation before us, like our parents' generation, even they spend a lot of time online, and they're starting to see it too. That like,
yeah,
okay, this is like bullshit, and most of it's just clickbaiting. It's just a 5-second clip, and it's not hard to go on YouTube or to just find the full length video. So thankfully, I think that'll help keep politicians a little more honest, and not maybe not politicians, but the media who's reporting on them. Or at the very least, it'll help supply us with information, a little more accurate information.
yeah.
But yeah,
And another interesting thing, and this is something that may or may not come into the public sphere. I don't know if you've heard about John McAfee at all. You know who John McAfee is?
yeah, I see his name a lot.
You know
He
what
comes
happened?
up. He comes quite a bit.
You know what happened to him?
No, I mean, it's something that goes through my eyes, and I immediately just kind of cut it out because
Yeah.
it never seems pertinent.
John McAfee had a file, and it was available on the corners of the internet. It's like a large file too, like 200 something gigabytes. And supposedly, what was in that folder, well, that it was encrypted, obviously, the encrypted zip file with blackmail of a bunch of politicians, CP stuff like that, um, for of like politicians and whatnot. I tried working on that for a little while. Obviously, we couldn't crack it because it's 256-bit encrypted. And if you were to encrypt it using a brute forcer, it would take you millions of years probably. But I don't know if anyone has cracked it yet or not, or if anyone is going to be cracking it anytime soon. But I think with AI, that file is eventually going to be leaked because
Quantum
AI is able to do
quantum computing
exactly.
also would instantly.
So I think you're gonna see a little bit of an exodus here within local governments, or not local but upper level governments like the United States and Europe, where a lot of politicians are going to be caught with some blackmail because of that file being unzipped using AI, because it's going to be able to brute force a 256-bit encryption. So I think that's something that you'll see come up in the next few years. It's a prediction of mine. And I tried working on it with people from hacker discords from a while back, and we didn't really get very far. You can only do so much. You can only run so many brute forcing applications. Your processor can only handle so much. But with AI, you might be able to do it.
I wouldn't. I would not hate a nice sweep. There was actually, so there's a new trend. I don't know if we talked about it, but there's a new trend on the internet where groups get together and they go and they like bait out pedophiles and then they beat the shit out of them in public. Have you seen those?
Yeah, those are pretty funny.
Those are so fucking funny, dude. I fucking love those so much. But there. So I was just watching one on X, right? And I was like a month ago. And so whatever, they bait this guy into going to a parking lot. They chase him down. They're like, they're chasing him, and they're like, this guy's a pedo. This guy's a pedo. And
Yeah.
like some random
Yeah.
guy fucking like jumps in and puts him in a chokehold. And I didn't, I
Yeah.
thought I see a lot of these, and I just kind of was like, oh, that's pretty fucking funny. And then I scrolled past it.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, turns out that guy was a fucking mayor, and he had to drop out because that went viral.
That's pretty funny.
Isn't that crazy, dude? A mayor
See,
is
you
just
see,
is just meeting up with random kids in public places. Like, what? So yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me with the Epstein thing.
most politicians are pedophiles. Most people in the upper levels of government are pedophiles. Like this is like a known fact. You look
I
at all
don't
the
know
people
if
that go to Bohemian
most.
Grove. I would say most. Yeah, I've seen enough to know most. And trust me, it's not like a secret among them or anything either. They all know. It's a big club, and we're not in it type of deal.
Good,
And trust
good,
me, yeah, no,
fucking
yeah,
good.
no, trust me, you don't want to be in it either. Because once this shit comes to light, dude, and I'm talking like huge. I'm talking like it's gonna blow people's mind, but it's not gonna be for a while.
Well, hopefully it's not for a while. Hopefully it happens soon, and then they fucking clean sweep these bastards because it's kind of crazy. I do know that to to get into these large groups, they it's like a hazing ritual where they like send you through they force you to do the things to enter the group. That way they know you won't rat.
Yeah, they essentially they hold blackmail over you.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
take photos and videos of you doing like stuff that would get you like removed from your position.
yeah. So that way they can
Yeah,
fucking control you. I do know that that's really
correct.
common. But yeah, no, I hope we end up with a clean sweep. I know
I don't know.
Hunter. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. No, Hunter Biden, his laptop got leaked. Um, he snorted crack off Malia Obama's ass. That's probably the highlight of it.
What
Everything else
the
is kind of
fuck?
mediocre.
Really? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
There's literally a picture of Malia Obama's ass with a bunch of crack on it and a credit card. Literally used her credit card to snort crack off her. Yeah,
Wow.
listen, yeah, I know. Crazy stuff, right? Hunter Biden, who would have guessed the
No,
crack
no,
addict?
there's worse than that. I'm pretty sure. He went to Ukraine and like had sex with a fucking 14-year-old or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure that's well known. And I've seen
you think he's
something
ever gonna get
worse.
arrested for that? No.
No, no. But
No.
I don't know actually. So there's a report recently that finally came out. And this is like nothing compared to those two things. But it turns out there's a Romanian oligarch who's just a word for rich person who has a monopoly
Yeah. Yeah,
who
yeah.
paid Hunter Biden to influence U.S. policy.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But like,
When you have a dad as senile as Joe Biden,
uh,
then I think it's pretty easy. Hey
can you
dad,
just,
we should give Romania some money. Oh,
dude?
yeah, sure, buddy.
How many other people have had influence over this fucking bozo? Like, how do people not like know this shit is going on, dude? Like, clearly China's had a lot of influence too. like what?
What are you gonna do? You gonna put AI or are you gonna keep letting the humans control it?
I'm not gonna vote for him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna vote
Joe
for his
Biden is
fight.
dead.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's dead. I don't even need a tinfoil hat for that one. Dude was like a few inches taller when he talked to one of the politicians the other day. What do you want me to say about that? Like, he's dead. He's not even here anymore.
Dude, you know what's so wild is I've been seeing this. Listen, I'm throwing this out there now. In that right now, AI is past the point where people. It probably has a long time ago when it's been used by the government, but now it's being used very openly. It is already past the
Yeah,
point where images and videos are not distinguishable without extensive effort. By the way,
yeah,
it's already there, and
yeah.
there is not a fucking peep right now coming out of either side about regulating that shit. And it is so fucking. We're already there, guys. We have already surpassed the point where AI can produce videos and pictures that are not distinguishable. And a lot of this
I
shit we're
yeah.
starting to see has been manipulated by AI or created straight up by AI, dude. We are already there. Already there.
We're gonna have
Already
to
there.
open every podcast with a racial slur. That's the only way people are gonna know that we're being genuine. Is we open with a racial slur every single time.
Current, honestly, you might be onto something. But so
Yeah,
the current methods that YouTubers and influencers and basically content creators are using is this. just making sure that you stream your face and that you're talking. It's the best way. But I
Yeah.
mean, even that method of trying to stop um, like fakes from going out and really tricking people, I mean, that's not going to hold forever. Saying slurs might be a good way, but even then, there's already a lot of private models. So we have there's a lot of stuff going on in AI, and I like talking about this, so this will be fun. But basically, you had uh, three companies. Well, you had two companies that had a monopoly on AI or duopoly. You had Google, which has Gemini, and you had Microsoft, which has OpenAI, which open or GPT, run by OpenAI.
Ugh.
Um, then you had Meta's AI, and I think it's just being used for chatbots. I don't know what else they're using it for. And then you had Amazon's AI, which is still very underdeveloped. And
Yeah.
their current usage is replacing workers. So kudos
Yeah.
to them. And then you have the open source market, which is a bunch of public models. And so here's the fun part. Uh, they had the duopoly and it was going really well. Basically, they had complete control over the market. If you wanted anything to do with AI, even from a personal developer standpoint, you were probably just funneling those models through your program. Um,
Yeah.
However, these models suck dick.
Yeah.
They're fucking terrible. They're so bad, and a lot of the problems come from just the influence that they the woke influence, the like DEI influence, the natural like corporation influence that they've had to like impose on these models has really held them back. Uh, Not only that, but
Yeah.
just mismanagement across the board has been fucking them over. So Nvidia, I'm in fucking love with Steven. I think his name is Steven Jensen. He's the CEO of Nvidia. That guy is a fucking
Yeah.
genius, bro. He's so smart. But Nvidia in general is like this hero company in the world who's trying really hard to just be beneficial for all mankind. Um, they've developed some APIs and some software to help smaller developers and corporations make new models a lot easier and make new programs um, to compete. And basically, those models, dude, they're better than OpenAI and like Google and Microsoft's models. They're better. They're like it's like not even close. They're way better. Um,
Yeah. Because
I
they
don't
don't
know.
know shit about computers. There's
They just tried to implement too much control over it. They tried really hard to like monopolize it, and I don't know. They just weren't thinking about developers. They just literally are sucking everyone dry. They're sucking their customers' wallets dry. They're sucking their developers' wallets dry. Like their
yeah.
model for success is terrible. It's the worst I've ever seen. And so Nvidia comes in with this NIM setup, and it's just way better. Like it's not even close, man. It's like not even
Yeah.
close. You can pick which model you want. You can you don't have to host it. They'll host it for you, and you just do a call to it. Like, dude, it's like not even close. And I really think now is the time we'll see a huge boom in the AI market. That like the thing that we were expecting is here finally. So
Yeah.
I'm excited now. Now I'm excited because I've been using GPT since the beginning, and then I swapped to Google's. They had a smaller chat model where you could kind of develop, and so I was using that because it was a little more streamlined. And then I swapped back to GPT, but they've had such a hold in the market that it's so hard to make money without like scamming people, which is what most people were
Yeah.
making money with. They're like, oh, you should come check out what our program can do. It can like write an email for you, which if you know anything, any of the models can write an email for you. That's like a simple thing. So
Yeah. I got a statement that'll get a bunch of people killed.
sure,
But
not good.
let- let's have AI replace the IRS and audit the government and its politicians.
Oh, Congress just passed a bill that they're the senators they're something about their financial transactions can't be seen publicly. Did you see that? Another thing
Who?
that went under the radar,
Whose
Congress.
financial transactions?
Congressmen's
Congress.
transactions and money that they're given can't be seen by. It's not public information anymore.
That's gonna change. That'll change. And
Who's
if it
gonna
doesn't
change it?
change,
Who changes it?
Trump if he doesn't die.
I know, dude. Maybe, but this isn't the first time. So, you know how like congressmen can trade stocks, right? And it's kind of fucked up because they
Yeah.
have insider information. Well,
Yeah.
again, I I kind of like Obama in some places. I think he somewhat tried to make a difference in the government.
Aside from having sex with children, that was not one
Oh,
of the.
is that something he did?
Yeah,
Oh God, dude. All right. Well, besides
I
that,
don't think you. Oh, besides that, yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Besides that, the other stuff.
Yeah,
He implemented a law where Congress could not trade stocks, and the second he left office, they got rid of that shit.
yeah.
So they implemented a new one for themselves in which their transactions cannot be seen publicly, and before it was public information. So that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, our president wants to strip our Supreme Court justices of their power. So hey, like
Well, yeah, no, it's called being a sore loser.
I think it's called fascism. Actually, I think that's what
No,
it's
I think
called.
it's called L plus ratio, negative Riz, negative aura. If I'm being completely dubious, Your Honor.
I don't know, dude. This
I'm doing
conversation
tricks
is
on
so fucking
it.
bleak. Is there anything positive we have in today's notes? Let's talk about Marvel. Oh
Who?
wait, hold on. Yeah, let's talk about Marvel. Marvel.
The superhero company? What the fuck are we talking about?
Yes,
Can you
we're
move
gonna
on to
talk
the
about
next
Marvel.
topic?
No, we just got to this one.
No, what the fuck is going on? I don't care about Marvel.
I care about Marvel.
They're gay. They're gay. They're
No, they're
gay.
not gay
I
anymore.
don't
That's my announcement. They're no longer gay.
let's see the news. Let's see the news.
Donald Trump.
Donald
R
Trump. What the fuck are you
RDJ is coming back, and he's gonna play Doctor Doom.
Who's playing Doctor Doom?
Robert Downey Jr., the guy who played as Iron Man. He's gonna be Doctor Doom.
That's such Who gives a fuck about who cares about any of this? I don't care about
A
Marvel.
lot of people care about Marvel. You fucking ape.
I don't care about Robert Downey Jr. either. I don't give a shit about him.
I care about Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my god, guys, they're coming out with a new Marvel movie. Yippee!
This is
I
gonna
can
be
drink my Soylent now. I can drink my Soylent and watch my Marvel superhero movie.
this is gonna be a
Yippee!
good one.
It's gonna be such a good movie. Oh, I got my Soylent. My wife's boyfriend brought it for me.
You're voting for Kamala. You're the one with the wife's boyfriend. What are you on about?
I'm doing it for a steak dinner. You're doing it. You're paying for it.
Yeah. What? What are you on? Who's
I get something out of
who's paying for that steak dinner?
Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt's paying for that fucking steak. If Matt's listening to this, Matt, you're paying for the fucking steak dinner. I don't. If you try to back out of it, I'm fucking your wallet over even further. But yeah, it doesn't matter if I vote for Kamala or Trump. Florida's a red state.
It still matters. What are you on?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Florida's
it
a red
does.
state. It doesn't matter who I vote for.
Voting still matters. What are you
I'm an
smoking?
independent lemming. My
How do
vote,
you
my
think?
vote is very irregular.
How do you think you get delegates in the House, you tard?
Who gives a shit? Florida's a red state. Even if I vote for Kamala, it still stays red. I don't know what the point is here.
Oh,
I still get a steak. I get a steak dinner. Trump still wins Florida. Who gives a shit?
it's pretty
Everyone's
funny
happy.
that he's such a leftist that he's willing to pay for dinner to get you to vote for Kamala.
He said he would, and I'm holding him accountable for that too. He said he fucking would. And if he tries to back out of it, just remember this conversation.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal to pay for someone's vote, by the way.
It's not illegal to feed a starving man, though.
It is if it's for a vote. That's illegal.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
It saved
is.
my life, Your Honor. Your
It's
Honor.
illegal. You can't
He
do that.
saved my life.
You do realize how crazy that would be if like homeless shelters gave out food based on who you voted for?
Yeah, they did that in the last election.
I think that's
Except instead of
that's
for homeless,
illegal.
except they did it for the dead. They said, "Oh, you're dead. This is your new address. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're voting for Biden. Congratulations."
Oh, it sucks how fucked up or I just hope we're I know we're turning things around and it's great, but it's so bad
Either
how
way, I will
bad
be
things have
happy.
been.
I don't like if Kamala wins, I'll be happy. If Trump wins,
You
I'll
would
be
not be
happy.
happy. You would not be
I will be.
happy. No.
Because
Stop
the
it.
second Kamala wins, I'm identifying as a bisexual trans lesbian.
In that case, actually, you would be happy. That's right.
Yeah, I would be. Yeah, give me my gender benefits, give me my healthcare benefits, give me my financial welfare benefits. Listen, I'll identify as whatever the fuck you want me to identify as. If you give me some money, I don't give a shit.
Did you see in the Olympics in the boxing they had two people with XY chromosomes in the female
That's
category?
that's hilarious. I love this godforsaken world. It's the funniest. It's
Ugh.
so you can't beat it. You can't make this shit up anymore.
Dude, it's a parody. We're living in a simulated parody. Okay, here's so it's pretty funny. I'll lean right on a lot of things. Here's one of them where I don't know where the fuck I land, but I think both parties are handling the trans situation as poorly as possible. So I know this is a minority or I'm in the minority here, but I actually don't think there should be separate like women's and men's sports, believe it or not. I actually think it
I
should
believe the
be.
same thing for prisons.
What? Why would you say that?
Why would you
How
say
is
that?
that?
You
How,
can't.
what? What the hell are you on? Oh my god.
Yep, there it is.
Oh,
Ah, there it
uh, anyway, okay, so I think this situation is a little nuanced, but like, anyways, there's two boxers who made it to the women's finals, except they both had XY chromosomes. And this is a big
So they're
thing.
women.
My
They're still women. They're still valid, Doug. They're still valid.
argument is not that they're women or men, so they're actually intersex. They're not trans individuals, and basically
No,
what
they're inverts.
I don't know what I don't know what that means, but they're
Most of
intersex.
the people King Charles is an invert, and I call them inverts
What is
because
that?
their
What is it?
gender is inverted. Gender inversion is on the inside you're the opposite gender, but you're still attracted to the same gender. Called it gender inversion. And it was something there was books on it that the Nazis had burned like however many years ago. And yeah, that's what I call them inverts. I think
Okay,
it's a cool name.
this is similar. I mean, like I don't know if that's just a different word, although it doesn't have to do with sexual orientation. So these I don't know. You want to call them men or women? I honestly have no fucking idea. But basically, they were born uh
Men.
they were born male, but they have female parts. Supposedly, I don't want to spread misinformation. I don't really know.
Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah,
That would mean they're both hermaphrodites, which technically is possible, but there's like less, like a very like you'd have to like winning the lottery is more likely.
yeah. Well, okay. Like the details on it are scuffed as fuck. We don't really know. We know they have XY chromosomes. That's what we know, and we only know
Yeah.
that because the World Boxing Organization, which got a lot of heat because they disqualified both of these people from playing in female because they got tested and they couldn't literally say that they had XY chromosomes, but they were explicit in saying that we did not disqualify them based on their hormone level. We had to just we gave them a chromosome test and that's what we disqualified them on. They could not literally say that they had XY, but really there's no room for anything else other than they were born with XY chromosomes, which typically is male. Now the everything past that is complete speculation. My biggest guess, my most educated guess, is that they have female parts. That's my biggest guess, and that is why they are considered women. However, both of these people made it to the finals. I don't know who the fuck won. I don't even know if it's taken place yet. And it was a huge big deal that these people who are born with XY chromosomes, were beating on women who are born with XX chromosomes.
Skill
I
issue. Skill issue.
So that was also the
Skill
argument
issue.
from the other side is that it's actually just a skill issue. I think it's like
Skill issue. Yeah. L plus ratio.
I think it's somewhat more nuanced, just because like yeah they're clearly not complete male and they're clearly not complete female, but like where on the line there are a lot of genetic causes that like will move you along this fucking like hormonal line. Like I honestly have no idea. My It just kind of goes back to like neither side I think really has a solution to this problem. You can't just straight out like ban XY. I mean, you could. I don't think it's super. I don't think it's very like progressive. I think you need to figure out some kind of solution here that works for everybody. And then the left's idea of like, just let them fucking beat on women and it should be fine. There's no like advantage. A genetic
Listen.
advantage is genetic advantage. I don't think that works either.
Listen. I don't care if they have a vagina. They can compete in women's boxing. Okay, because they have a vagina. If they don't have a vagina, they can't compete in women's boxing.
Well, the
I think it
assumption is
should
that
be
they
that
had a
simple.
vagina. So.
The assumption,
The assumption, yeah, because we don't know. They won't.
or why are we assuming? We can literally have people check. There's literally medical people there that can check.
They don't. That's not how. That's not how the Olympics is run, though. The committee, the way they decide who is based on who is what gender, they just check your passport. They don't check. They don't check your chromosomes, your hormones level, or anything like that.
We need AI. We need some fucking AI up in here. We need some fucking AI up in here.
So that was the big deal. Is that they don't check for these things. They just check the passport and they go, oh, it says female. Okay, fine. You compete in the female sport, and so
Fuck it, give me a passport that says female on it. I'll go boxing for some money. Go, I don't give up. I'll beat the shit out of women for money. I don't care. Let me do it.
so it was a big deal. I don't know. I think there's just I just kind of jumps back. I know I'm in the minority here. I think instead of um, balancing it based on men or women, I think you just need to do it on like the weight class levels. I think that's just like the most. That's just the
No, it's
best
not
way.
fair. Men still have more body mass and more muscle mass than women do. It's just that's just science. That's just facts. Men are stronger than women. Tough.
Weight weight class weight class.
Weight class is irrelevant. If a man that weighs
It's
110
relevant.
pounds is going to beat the shit out of a woman that weighs 110 pounds, a man will beat the
It's
living
still
shit out
it's
of her.
still closer. It's still
No, it's not.
closer.
A man
It's
will beat
still
the living. If you put
closer.
me, I weigh 115 pounds. If you put a 115-pound female in front of me, I will beat the living shit out of her.
Whatever. Again, I know my minority opinion here, but I think it should be done more on a scaling level of some
Anyone that
sort.
works on the streets, or in a job that requires street smarts would look at this situation and be like, are they a man or are they a woman? If they're men, they fight in the men's category. If they're women, they fight in the women's category. That's why we literally have something called the WNBA. Are you calling the WNBA transphobic, Doug? Is that what you're doing right
I
now?
didn't. I didn't say that. That's
Is
not
that
what
what you're saying,
I
Doug?
didn't say.
I'm not trying to put
You're the.
words in your mouth, but if you're
You're
saying
the.
the WNBA is transphobic, I'm not going to stop you.
I didn't
More
say
power
that.
to you, in fact.
That is not what I said. I said there shouldn't be a WNBA. I think there should
There
just
shouldn't be a
be.
There should just be
I
an
think there
NBA,
should
and
just be
LeBron
an
James should
NBA.
just get the donkey punch every single female athlete he comes across. I think I would watch that more. Actually, I think that's a great idea, Doug.
Exactly.
Let's
I'm
watch
glad you
LeBron
agree.
James. Let's watch LeBron James and Kevin Durant beat the shit out of women on the court. Oh, it's a foul. No, it's not. You just got the shit beaten out of you by Kevin Durant. Back to the bench with
Oh
you.
my god! Shut the hell
Bring in the
up.
next one. Bring in
Shut
the.
shut your stupid ass up. You're an
You
ape.
know I'm right.
I think
You know
you're
I'm right.
wrong. I think you're wrong. I just think the current system in place is stupid, and I don't think the Republicans are offering an alternative. So I think both situations here are stupid. They're just dumb. Like you, like
You can't have both genders in the same boxing class, regardless of weight. You
so is
can't.
the person who's born with XY chromosomes but has a vagina, is that a male or a female to you?
I don't know. The people there should fucking check and pull down
No,
their fucking
I'm
pants.
asking you if they have a vagina, which category are you putting? They're born XY, but they have a vagina. Where are you putting them?
You can't be born XY and have a vagina.
Yes, you can. That's what intersex is.
You'd
Yes, you
have to be a
can.
hermaphrodite. So unless,
You
once
can
again,
look
being
it
a
up.
hermaphrodite,
There's more than one causes of someone who's born with an XY chromosome or even XX chromosome being born with the opposite parts. It's still rare, but it happens.
genetic condition in which people who have an X chromosome Y usual pattern look female. They have normal female reproductive organs, including uterus, fallopian
Yes.
tubes, and a vagina.
Thank you. There it is. You're welcome. You're learning something today. Where do you
Okay.
put said person? Which fence are you putting them? Which side of the fence? Is it a male to you or a female? Because that's the current argument.
Oh, they got a vagina, female. There you go. Just that simple.
All right. Well, then you agree with what the Olympics decided. The Olympic Committee.
Yeah, and honestly, it made for good content, so good on them.
I don't know if it did, dude. Most of those females are
Everyone's
getting their
talking
asses
about it, so
knocked out in 45 seconds.
I mean, obviously, it made good content because everyone's fucking talking about it. It seems to me like it's a W.
I I don't know. I think the system is shit. I think the system needs to be changed. But it goes
Well,
beyond that. So I learned this recently, but Michael Phelps, uh, the clothing was it the Speedo? I forget which clothing brand it is that like supplied his swimsuits. They partnered with NASA and they did like the US thing where they gave him a suit, a bathing suit that or swimsuit, sorry, that was
Yeah.
so hydrodynamic. It gave him an advantage over the athletes by far. So they ended up having to ban the suit that he was wearing. They had to like standardize the suit, and it's called tech doping.
What?
Yeah, dude, look it up. It's so crazy. I just learned this today. They 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 partnered
I'm not
with
even looking at
NASA.
them.
Fine, you don't have to, but they partnered with
I'm not
NASA
even looking at them.
to develop a swimsuit that was as hydrodynamic as possible. It's like based on shark skin, and it's I don't know. It's like this crazy shit where he's just fucking zooming through the water. Now, obviously, he's a skilled athlete. He won even without that suit, but he had a lot of wins with the suit, and so they had to ban. It's called tech doping, but yeah, I don't know. I like in spirit of competition, it kind of gets a little weird when you start breaking down the varying levels of humans. Like you have females who are like close to males, you have males that can kind of get close to females, and then you have tech doping, and like obviously technology is only going to get more advanced, right? So like
Yeah.
we start to have these implants, and these already exist. I'm not fucking. This is not science fiction. This shit already exists, guys. I'm not making shit up. It literally already exists, where it can give you currently it's an advantage when it comes to computers, but I mean, it won't be long before we have these cybernetic fucking implants that can help you do sports too. And it's like I don't really know how you balance competition anymore, like properly.
Um. Well, you have the men's section, and then you have the women's section. Then, then if cybernetics becomes an issue, you got the middle, which is the robots.
what is what is a woman?
A woman? A woman is a woman that was born with a vagina, or a man that chooses to identify as a woman. And then the
Okay.
men's section is just men. And then the
So
robot section is anyone with Neuralink.
so an athlete who was born male can identify as female, go to the Olympics. I mean, they literally can, but
Yeah,
and be on and then compete in the women's section. To you, that's
correct.
okay. Okay, just confirming.
Obviously, this is a W for men. This is a W for men.
Well, yeah, that's the argument is that this is not very good for women.
Yeah, they deserve it. They voted this shit into the fucking office. They
On
deserve every
on
bit of it.
behalf of all our female viewers, I'm sorry about his behavior in his comments.
Wait, are you assuming their gender, Doug? You're
Well,
canceled. You're canceled.
Spotify does 70% of our viewers are women, so
Well, listen, the women here need to start joining a boxing arena as soon as possible. Listen,
I
the
think you
Olympics
should.
needs strong women.
I think we should find a female viewer who's your size, and then you two should box so that you could
No, I'm
prove
not
your
fighting
stamina.
anyone. I'm a pacifist. I'm a pacifist. If someone tried to fight me, I would just shoot them. I wouldn't even hesitate.
That's not what pacifism is.
I don't hurt people. I just stop people from doing what they're not supposed to be doing
Oh my god.
in a very legal way.
Holy shit. We also had a stock
Uh,
market crash, the biggest crash of all time. Did you see that
oh
shit?
god. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Dude, there was a rumor that it was actually Iran's doing, and that was like a threat to America.
Good.
Good? Why is
Good.
that good?
Well, then maybe America will actually fucking do something for once instead of just sitting on our ass. I
Maybe.
want something to happen, Doug. I'm tired of waiting. I
That's
am hungry
that's
for
low
the
key.
opportunity.
That's low key my thing too. Is like I hate this period of waiting for something to like something's gonna happen and you have to wait for it to happen. I fucking hate this part. It feels like
Yeah.
we have like our enemies like gearing up and they're like ready to march towards us and they're walking towards us and we're just forced to sit there and wait for them to like
I don't feel
either.
like that at all.
What do you feel
I
like?
don't feel like that at all. I feel like I'm sitting here with a fucking axe, and I, and I see these fucking little sheep outside just waddling around. Just like, when can I go at him, coach? When can I go at him? And my coach is an Italian guy with a towel around his neck, and he's like, "Not yet, not yet. You must wait. You must wait. The time will come, my son. Just please be patient. The axe must wait." And I'm just
I,
sitting there with the axe.
I think that's a lot of how our military feels. To be honest, I know like the biggest problem right now is America would look bad if it did anything because we would just fucking wipe
America
their
already looks
existence.
fucking bad.
We
The
would.
entire world thinks we're retarded. You can't get it
Yes.
much worse. You
Yes.
can't get much worse. I'm sorry.
But like, so Israel, for example, looks like a shithead because
No, no,
they're
it doesn't. Nope, it does not. Nope, nope, nope. So I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there,
literally
Doug.
no country
Nope.
except no, hold on, hold on. Literally no country except the U.S. supports Israel, right?
I
Literally
do.
none.
I
Well, so
do. I'm
you
not
are
an
in the
anti-Semite
U.S.
like you, apparently. You're an
Yeah,
anti-Semite.
my
That's what
bad,
you are,
my
Doug.
fault, dude. Um,
No, no, you don't need to. You need to apologize to Israel. You need to apologize to Netanyahu.
shut the
You need to
fuck
send him a personal fucking letter.
shut the fuck up. Um, so we're the only country that supports them, and they are smacking the shit out of their opponent. And I feel like if the U.S. were to get involved, not specifically here, but like would engage in the same behavior, we would look worse because we would fucking decimate our opponent from existence. And so a lot of what we're doing right now is like waiting for things to get bad enough so that we can actually respond and not look bad, which I think is retarded. I think that's fucking stupid. Like, I don't know why we're doing that. Just fucking smack the shit, dude. When your dog is a puppy and he starts nipping at you, like, what do you do to teach him no? Like early on, you don't just fucking let him draw blood. All I'm saying is like, you don't wait for like the worst thing that the animal can do to you before you tell them no. Like that's stupid. What
Listen,
the fuck?
fortunately, the Middle East is not all one country. It's a bunch of small countries combined together.
I mean, they're not
So
small.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's a
sorry.
bunch of countries clustered together. Pick one of the countries that's the smallest, blow it to kingdom come. The rest will figure it out from there. If that's what you really want to do. Pick one of
Which
the
one do you
smaller
pick?
countries. I don't know, whichever one's the smallest. I don't know the fucking Middle East.
I do. So I tell you, you have Iran, which is a pretty big country, and it is one
Okay, well, once again we just discussed that we want the smallest one, and you're
I
talking about
I
the biggest
know.
one now.
Shut up! I'm starting with the biggest one. You have Iran, and then you have
Oh god,
to the north of Israel, you have Lebanon.
geography teacher Doug over here. Am I right, guys?
At the south, you
Nerd,
have
nerd, nerd.
Yemen. Um, who else? I'm trying to
Is,
remember. There's one.
is that the
You
smallest one?
have. I think Lebanon is technically the smallest, and then you have Iraq and Syria. I might be wrong. I think Lebanon is the smallest. The only problem is Lebanon itself isn't really an enemy to the U.S. It's Hezbollah, which is kind of a like a separate government entity that exists within Lebanon. That's the problem for America,
Hmm.
anyway. And so you kind of run and this is a situation in all of these countries except Syria and Iraq, which are like fucked, right? Like they're completely decimated by war already. You run into the same thing in Yemen. The Houthis, which is like a de facto governing organization in Yemen, you just run into the situation where you have these insurgents or enemies that are living within somewhat civil society. So bombing the shit out of them isn't really an option. Israel disagrees. Israel's bombing the shit out of them anyway, which is why they are like enemy number one to a lot of these places. But
Doug, I'm looking at a map right now.
yeah,
How does Israel still exist?
I know. Tell me, bro, guys. Okay, so if you haven't seen a map, Israel is this tiny little triangle like this. It's this tiny little triangle, and then to the north of that tiny little triangle, you have a big ass fucking rectangle, and that's Lebanon. And then you go down south, all the way to the bottom of the I forget what they call that peninsula, but you have this giant rectangle like this. You have this giant rectangle like this, and that's fucking Yemen. And then you go and look over at Iran, and Iran is just fucking big ass country. Like, dude, Israel is this tiny sliver of land, and those motherfuckers actually won a war against 5 countries at one time. Dude, they're insane. They're like the IDF is
No,
not.
we won the war though. We won the war. They didn't do anything. Once again, I keep on reminding you of this. They didn't do anything. We did that. They didn't do anything.
Dude, I
We just
don't.
manipulated our government into doing it for them.
No, I will.
Yes, they
No,
did.
no.
Yes, it's literally okay.
Ugh.
Listen, and I'm looking at a map right now.
Mhm.
I can guarantee the reason that they wanted that spot specifically for America to get for them is to make the Ben Gurion Canal. That's the only reason. It's all about money.
They didn't know about the oil
It's all
deposits
it's
when they.
all about money. All about money, Doug. They want that canal more than anything else. I can fucking smell it just looking at the map.
They didn't
They're
know. You think that was the plan from the beginning? Okay, back with you, the fucking canal.
fuck yes, it is. Fuck yes. They saw
Ugh.
the Suez Canal and they were like, motherfucker, that Suez Canal is really raking in the
You're
dough.
fucking dude.
What's better than one canal? Two
Do you
canals.
remember when you said they weren't going to invade Rafa and then they invaded Rafa? Do you remember that?
I mean, that was trolling.
Okay, well, you're an idiot here too. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, Doug. I'm telling you, that's the reason why they're messing with Gaza right now. They want that Ben Gurion Canal, and they're gonna get it too. They're gonna get. I wouldn't blame them. I did the same thing. Ben Gurion Canal is a smart move here. That's what they should be going for.
Oh my god. I do think
Tell
Israel
me,
is not scared to take more territory, which,
and who cares? They have a small sliver of land anyway. Like, they just want the money. They just want the Ben Gurion Canal, and who cares? We should be bombing the shit out of
which one? Pick one. You gotta pick one.
Qatar.
Qatar is an ally, you ape.
Sorry, Bahrain.
Bahrain is an ally too.
God damn, why do we have all the small countries as allies? Why isn't fucking Saudi Arabia our ally? What the fuck
They
is
are
happening to
kind
our
of our
shitty country?
ally. They're our ally.
Obviously not.
They
Obviously
aren't.
not. They're not helping us bomb Qatar or Bahrain, so
They allow us to use their airspace to bomb Iran, or sorry,
all right,
to contest
fuck it.
Iran.
Kuwait. What about Kuwait?
Kuwait is also an ally since we helped them overthrow Saddam.
Why do we pay $3.50 for gas? What the fuck is happening? If they're our allies, why the fuck aren't they helping us
Blame
out?
that, dude. The reason we pay so much for gas is okay. Yeah, they're not that much of an ally.
Okay, then we're bombing Kuwait. It's official. We're bombing Kuwait. It's happening. It's decided
most
upon.
most of the oil comes from Saudi Arabia, so
Okay. So I mean, then we should obviously bomb Saudi Arabia.
the Republicans would agree with you.
I think I think you mean Israel would agree with me.
Israel. So like, here's the thing: Israel and Saudi Arabia. There's been a lot of effort to get them to work together, and it's actually been working. We actually came really close to getting it. The whole effort for the U.S. right now is trying to get a deal in place in which we get Israel to recognize Palestine, and we get Saudi Arabia to recognize Israel as states. That's like the whole big trilateral deal we've been trying to put in place, and we almost had it done. And then Iran was like, no, 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 this can't happen. Iran doesn't like this shit at all. They see this as like the ultimate evil, right? They see like, well, they see it similar to how we used to see communism. We obviously don't give a fuck anymore, but so they put a
Oh,
stop to
so it
that.
was like the fat chick stopping her single friend from getting a date
Yeah,
out of
because
the
then
night.
she would be lonely. Exactly. No,
Then
hundred
she would be
percent. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That makes more
So
sense.
yeah, so the rumor is that Hezbollah attacked Israel right before this deal took place in order to stop it from happening. Um,
Smart. Good job, guys.
yeah,
I think it's a good move. That's what I would have done.
yeah. There's still a lot of effort now to get it done, but these countries, they're obviously they have an Arab Muslim base, and they don't.
I mean, I don't know how Israel's gonna win on this one, dog. I'm not an anti-Semite or anything, but I don't see how they fucking win. Like at this point, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
The UK is a Muslim country.
yeah,
Think
yeah.
about that for a
I
second.
know, dude. Isn't that crazy? It's a
Mo-
Muslim country.
like
What the fuck?
Western Europe is becoming a Muslim country. So
I
not only
know.
are you dealing with enemies all the way to the east, some to the southwest, but now you're going to have the entire northwest have a religion based around wanting to murder and kill your
Israel.
entire population.
Yeah, dude. It's
I don't know.
crazy. I don't
It,
know.
it's li-
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, it's literally like they have 3 inhibs down and no Nexus turrets at this point.
Dude,
It's
we're living in the wildest times like never before seen by mankind. And it gets
I
even
know.
crazier than that though, bro. It doesn't even end there. So Turkey, who also has a very Muslim base, and Erdogan, the president there,
Yeah.
he caters to that base, so he stays in power. He came out recently, and he's always been kind of in the middle of East and West when it comes to policy. Like, he's friends with Putin, he's friends with NATO. He's in NATO. His country's in NATO. He tries really hard not to piss off either side too much. He came out recently.
Yeah.
Last month, he came out and said that he would invade Israel. Excuse me. Um, but recently, he came out and like full on joined the Muslim anti-Israel side, like flat out was just like, we'll participate in fucking up Israel. And like shortly after that, he announced that they were going to work with China and Russia on making a nuclear sub, which is insane. Let me tell you why that's insane from the U.S. perspective. The U.S.
Mm.
actually put a ban on selling F-35s, which is our best fighter jet. The thing is insane. If you haven't
Yeah,
seen the
yeah.
F-35, it's fucking dude. It's a marvel of
I,
technology.
oh, I bet. I bet.
And it's been used a lot recently for the race. Anyways, the U.S. put a ban on selling those to Turkey because Turkey buys anti-missile defense from Russia, which is seen as a
Yeah.
no-no because those can be used to like fuck with our technology. So
Yeah.
them making submarines with those two countries are like number one and number two enemy. That's a big fuck you to the U.S. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that we should expect anything from our current president because the guy's been fucking AWOL since they'd
He's
announced he's
dead.
stepping
He's
down.
not even alive anymore. You're talking about a dead man.
But normally this would be a really, you would get a very stern reaction from the U.S. Like this is worse than the whole them buying missile defense from Russia.
This
This
is
is
fine,
this is a
Doug.
lot worse
I'm
than that.
okay with this. At this point, Russia's looking like a pretty solid option. I don't mind being a Russian Muslim, and let me tell you what, this seems like this seems like the best opportunity to do
Russia
so.
doesn't like Muslims, by the way. Russia,
Private Muslim and private.
no, they
We're
don't
not
like
going to be
Muslims.
public about it.
Oh, I got you.
We're not gonna be public about it. We'll be private Muslims,
Yeah.
just in case any of our Muslim brothers come to Russia for whatever reason. We'll be
They
a-okay
get
on both
deported.
sides of the aisle.
Russia's been deporting Muslims. Even Russia does not. Russia, who by the way is a stern ally of Iran right now. So there's another rumor that Iran's waiting to attack Israel because they want it to be a really big deal, like a really
Yeah,
big. They want to kill Israelis. They really do. That's the whole thing right now.
yeah.
They want to kill them, and they know it's going to elicit a response from the U.S. And they know it's going to elicit a harsh response from Israel. So the other rumor, not rumor actually, this is a known thing, but Russia is currently supplying Iran with a lot of good technology, a lot of missile defense tech, a lot of a lot of actual missiles, like some insane shit. So dude, I don't know. Everyone is like gearing up. Turkey is like fucking swapping sides, straight up, just swapping sides. And I think there might come a point where the U.S. has to decide like Israel or your other allies.
And it's so funny. This is so funny to me too because it's like Israel's so small. It's such a tiny little thing. It's like
It's a.
Ramis.
I'm
It's literally
telling
like
you,
Ramis,
if you
and everyone's trying to
never,
beat the shit out of
if
it.
you haven't looked at a map of the Middle East, just look up Israel and I'm telling you, it is a sliver of land. The shit that Israel has been able to do is insane. It's so crazy. But yeah,
My only question is how long can they manipulate America for until they eventually just lose? How long can they go manipulating America to fight for them? How much more money do we have to send over for them to protect their land? And will that even be enough once Europe loses to the Muslims? Will that even be enough?
I don't know. I honestly have no
Because
idea.
right now because you got two sets of people right now that are taking over Europe, which is the Muslims and the Africans. My only question is, what's going to happen to the Africans once the Muslims take over? That's going to be a whole another story.
I don't know. It's been kind of quiet on like the African. At least I haven't seen too much about the African immigrants. I don't really even know
Like,
like even which regions are putting out the most. Probably
because
I don't know.
once all the white people are dead, then you have to worry about the Africans, and then it's like, do they get raped and pillaged too? Is that part of the Muslim way? Is this another jihadi thing going on here?
I don't know, man.
Or do they just force them to convert, or otherwise they get publicly hung? What's going on here?
I don't know. I think we'll see a swap back. Um, I think there's still some time for like Spain. Spain is another one who's seen a lot of violence against the illegal immigrants. Like a lot of violence. This Spain is they're really fighting. France is kind of taking it on the chin.
I'm not gonna lie, Doug. I'm not gonna lie. I view this as like an anime arc. I feel like Germany is coming back, and it's coming back real strong, buddy. I'm seeing. I can feel it in the fucking air. I can hear the marching and the Erica playing in the background. I can see it. It's coming again
in
for a
in
fourth
levels
time.
in levels of Fallen. to Muslim culture and people. You
Yeah.
have the UK and you have Germany in second place, and then you have France in third. True story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know what like the next steps for these places look like. But there was somebody recently who came out and said it's crazy that the first Muslim country to have nukes is the UK,
Yeah.
and it's like
That is
wow,
pretty weird to think about.
that's
Yeah.
such an insane thing to say out loud. Like that person's correct. Like the first Muslim country, and I mean in every context, the whole statement is just wild to say out loud. The first Muslim country to have nukes is the UK.
Honestly, Doug, I would be so fucking happy if Germany would just man the fuck up and come back again for a redemption arc.
Which side do you think
Like
they would be
fully,
on?
I don't know. I don't care. They just, I don't care.
They'd
I
probably be on
don't
their
care
own
what,
side, to be honest with you.
dude. If they came back, it would be insane. It would be like seeing the character you thought died in season 2, and now you're in season 5, and you realize he's alive again. He's actually been alive this entire time, and he's back and better than ever. He's back and better than fucking ever. Ever since World War I, and Franz Archduke Ferdinand got killed, and he's fucking back in action, buddy.
it
Oh
wouldn't
my
it
god.
it wouldn't surprise me if from Germany to the east, if we saw a rise in those countries in terms of like
Yeah.
being what Europe used to be. It really wouldn't surprise me if that were the case, because you do have Poland who is like trying to step up and be the new Germany. Um, the
Good
Poles can do
luck.
it.
We saw what happened with that in World War II.
I mean, they got sandwiched. It wasn't really their fault. Same thing happened
I mean,
happened to Germany.
it was their fault if we're
How
being
was it
honest
their
here.
fault?
It was their fault. Listen, if you get invaded, it's your fault, buddy. Come on. I don't care if you get invaded in the middle of the night. Listen, if you're not on the defensive at all times, you're dumb. You're a dummy. But that's a whole nother point. I think Poland right now is like, listen, we've been attacked for both
That is
wars. We have been abused. We don't want this shit to happen ever again. And if anyone tries to come across our border, we're fucking shooting them.
that is their philosophy. They share a
Yeah.
border with Belarus, who is a Russian ally, the only really real Russian ally in
So,
Europe. And
so
they
not
they
only,
literally,
yeah,
bro, they put up the fence, and that's literally their
yeah,
philosophy: is anyone walks up to this fence, bro, illegal immigrant, Russian, Belarusian, shoot them. It doesn't fucking matter. Fucking shoot
yeah.
them. Well,
It is absolutely hilarious. I think people now are starting to realize just how worthless human life really is, and I'm loving every second of it. I'm loving every second of it. People are finally realizing, wait a minute, this is just
what the fuck?
fireworks. Oh my god. Oh my, wait, 2 thumbs up is fireworks?
Do it
Holy
again.
shit.
Do it again.
Do it again. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's causing this. I honestly don't.
I
But
don't
it is, I'm loving it and I'm here for it. Anyways, Muslim nukes, wouldn't have ever guessed it. Poland is playing tower defense. Germany?
Sure.
Germany is slowly coming back up from the fucking grave, man. Oh my god, I can't. Oh,
the
dude, if
countries the countries that have the most amount of nationalism are kind of coming out of the shadow first. So
yeah,
Poles, Germans still have a lot of nationalism in their blood. They really do, and
nope,
they are
not
starting to.
really.
They do.
Not
It's
really,
just
no.
they do.
No, I have a German friend as well. He is such a loser. I'm just like, so how's Germany doing, buddy? And he's like, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just like, what about the immigrants? And he's like, it's racist to talk about the immigrants. I'm like, okay. So, how's your wife doing? How's your girlfriend doing? Oh, I am single. Oh, so you're just sitting here playing Magic the Gathering? Yes, yes, I'm here playing Magic the Gathering. Okay. Have you ever been outside Germany? No, I've not. I've moved to a different part though. Okay. He's gonna die. He'll be the first one gone.
uh, I don't know. I think we'll see a rise of nationalism and a return to some former state. There is also another conspiracy theory in which the reason that we've been importing so many illegal immigrants is to force them to fight in the upcoming war.
No, that's not gonna happen. Obviously, they're killing the people that they're supposed to be fighting for, so it's not working out too hot now, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Not exactly a
I'm
good,
not
yeah.
sure.
Not exactly, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it was very well thought out, but I do think there's a difference between governments and the militaries that are established.
Yeah, and I'm
So
not sure Africans or Muslims have the necessary technique or the necessary education to be able to fly an F-35. Most people don't. And I don't think random
F-35s
immigrants are
can
going.
be automated. True story.
Wow. So at this point, we're just doing drone warfare. That's pretty gay, Doug. Are you going to be one of the gay countries that does the drone warfare thing? Wow. Imagine trying to
Yes.
win. Imagine trying to win with drone warfare. What a gay. Well,
What do
I
you
didn't. I
say?
didn't realize that's what we were doing. I didn't
Yes,
realize what
drone
we were doing
warfare.
now.
Yes, drone
No.
warfare.
What? Like, we're just gonna have AI fight now. We're just gonna pit our AIs
Yeah,
against each other. That's how we
that's
decide.
side. That's current. That's current warfare. Yeah.
I'm not satisfied with that. If Germany is not sending all their young men out to war, I am going to be so unhappy by the end of this fucking decade.
Oh my
if I
god.
if I don't see marching Germans by the end of 2030 or by the end of the 2020s, I am going to be pissed. I'll be personally messaging Miss Merkel. We will have a long discussion.
Merkel's no longer in charge. It's Olaf Scholz.
Who? Who the fuck is Olaf Schultz? I thought we
Olaf.
had big
Olaf.
booty fucking.
No,
Where's my big butt?
it's
No, where's my
Olaf
big
Scholz has been
butt?
in charge for
No,
quite a
where's
bit now.
Angela Merkel? Where's her bosom? No.
Well, we don't have Merkel anymore.
No, he's bald. He's literally
Yeah.
bald. Oh my,
Yeah.
he doesn't even have the mustache. He doesn't
No.
even have the mustache. How can he be a leader of Germany without the mustache? Was he even in art school? Let me see.
What? Oh my god. Turkey also banned Instagram, and the rumor is that they're going to ban Discord, and pretty much all Western uh social medias.
Who? Wait, who's
Turkey.
banning Discord?
Turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah. There's a huge push
Well,
right now. Like there's a literal tech war going on. So it's not just Turkey who's like banning um Western.
what are they afraid of? The Discord kittens? The Discord mods? That's their fear here?
I
What are you
think
doing
I
being
I think they're trying to get ahead. So like a lot of governments are really pissed at the West tech companies because they work with our
Yeah,
governments. Or like there's it's just lose lose for them. So the good ones, right? And I put good in quotation marks, the ones that tend to
yeah, yeah,
obey US policy like Google and Microsoft, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, and Amazon. These
yeah.
companies are really popular in those places too, but they work with the US government to spy. So those are getting banned. And then you have companies like X and Rumble, um, who are also getting banned because they're for free speech. And I don't mean just banned in Turkey, which is a Middle Eastern, country, or Mediterranean. I don't think they go by Middle Eastern. Um, but you also have countries like the UK, which is like
Yeah,
going after people who post on X. But
yeah.
you have Australia who got really pissed off again at X because they were allowing them to criticize the way they were running the government. So you have a lot of countries that are just getting pissed off at Western companies on both sides because
For
one, they're
freedom?
yeah, bro, look it up for freedom. It's fucking
For free.
hilarious. Oh yeah,
Listen, we listen. We love freedom. We love the freedom over here. It's very bigly. It's very bigly freedom
yeah.
over here. But when it starts interfering with our narrative, then we got to stop with the
Yeah,
freedom.
the
Okay.
UK, Australia, Venezuela, who declared fucking Elon as the number one enemy. Sorry, yeah,
So cringe.
Venezuela, Russia. I mean, China banned Google or has been fighting against Google for quite a while. I think they recently were just like, look, Google, fuck you, kill yourself. They also banned
Yeah.
Apple, dude. Like, so there's this huge like digital curtain that is starting to come down all over the place, and Russia themselves said they're flat out banning like all Western software, and I don't mean like Instagram and Discord. I mean Microsoft. Like they're gonna ban Windows and replace it.
Okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. I don't care. I got a Mac now, so I don't give a shit. I'm one of those
You don't
douchebags.
live in Russia. So you have a digital curtain kind of getting slapped down um across the board, and I don't know. I think this shit is crazy. It's not that unexpected.
I think it's good. I think it's a good thing
You think it's good for what reason or for whom?
for everyone. So you're literally like okay. So for example, you have like the global town square, which is what X is referred to as,
Yeah,
right? So you walk in, you're a country. Let's say you're whichever, doesn't matter, right? You walk into Turkey. You walk into the global town square, and someone's like, "Hey guys, we got to stop with all this, this raping and pillaging. It ain't no good. Here's a bunch of videos on people raping and pillaging. We got to stop this." And then you're Turkey, and you're like, "What? listen, buddy, you gotta stop saying that shit. He's like, dude, this is the global town square. I don't know where you think you're at, buddy, but we can say whatever we want here. You can say whatever you want here. Well, we're banning the global town square. That's right, me, Turkey. We're banning it. It's not allowed anymore. Fuck you. Like, okay, you can leave. The door's right there. Like, yeah, we're leaving. We're banning you. No, none of my people are allowed to come here at all. Okay, see ya. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, we will have no influence on X whatsoever. Good. Anything else? No. Fuck you. Okay. Goodbye.
I don't know. I just think it's interesting this like divide. If we don't end up blowing each other to pieces, it'll be very interesting to see the um. I like assuming we don't also go communist because I mean then the curtains are the
Hopefully we
same.
do. Please. I want to go communist. Please. Come on. Let's go.
No,
Oh, there's the fireworks. Yep.
disagree. No communism, please.
Oh,
But
no. Peace sign.
it'll.
Peace sign.
I think we'll see this like crazy
Yes, please.
divide across the east and the west where um technology and like the way of life and technology and the way of life will be really different and you'll have so the Pentagon actually put out they do this, I forget what it's called, it's like a report they do every 8 to 10 years where they like
Yeah, yeah.
they state their mission plan.
Mm,
And the most recent one they put out said that they want to push to be more technologically advanced than every other country on the planet, which I fucking love. I love that shit. I think that's great. I think
mm,
that should definitely be our goal. And I think this only helps that goal like come to fruition. The
yeah.
idea that these other countries can manifest what US technology where US technology is at on their own. I mean, I love it. I think they can eventually get there, but I think the implementation will be very different. There's a lot of advantages that come with not the commie US, but like the right wing fucking like capitalism US. That system has pretty much always made innovation shine brightest versus the communist
Mm,
countries where it does not. So I don't know. I think in like 50 years, you could see this like insanely advanced U.S. uh country where it's like not utopia, but like just really fucking
yeah.
crazy advancements, and then you'll have places like Russia and China where I don't know, it's just fucking like mind control hell or something. I don't know. I think there'll just be a divide, and I just if it happens, to see the differences, I think will be crazy, especially when it comes to the use of AI. Like I cannot fathom how you get the amount of
I don't
tech.
care. I want monkeypox. I want $1,600. I want communism, and then I'm just gonna leave the country with my $1,600 and put it into a nice house in the Philippines, and then
Dude,
yeah.
you wanna hear my latest conspiracy theory? I think
What?
the fucking commie bastard left government is intentionally trying to crash our economy so that they can implement their digital currency plan. 100%.
No, I disagree. Because the digital currency plan is inevitable anyway. For the first part, the second part is the people that benefit from the stock market being in the green is all the people that want to kill Trump.
They pulled out
Why
their
would why
money.
would they?
They caused the crash.
Warren Buffett pulled out his money. Warren Buffett pulled out his money to crash it so that they can make more money and buy the dip. If I have 100 million shares and I sell it for $70 million or whatever, and then it crashes and it goes to half of what it was before, and I buy it for 35 million, well then I have the same shares I had before plus the 35 million I just made.
Yeah,
Why would you not do that?
it doesn't. The level
Why
at
would you
which you
not do
sell
that?
at drops in price as you sell. It's not all at one time. Someone has to buy it from you,
Yeah,
or the
I
company
mean,
buys
yeah,
it
like you
back.
sell. But the thing is, you own those shares fucking decades ago, so it doesn't even matter.
I
You're
mean,
making money
yeah,
regardless.
they make money either way, but like you don't just
Then you just
randomly.
buy it once it goes into the fucking red. You just fucking buy it and it goes back up again. Insider trading, market manipulation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're making money, so
They make
it's
money.
definitely not helping. It's not helping
I
Trump
think.
out. Trump's already a millionaire. Who gives a fuck? It's how's it helping Trump out?
What does it
Who
have to
gives
do
a
with
shit? He's
Trump?
already rich. Well, because you're saying that it's like,
I'm
oh, it's part of like
saying
a
I'm
you're
saying
saying
they.
it's a conspiracy to drop the economy so low that we have to use digital currency.
Yes.
We already use digital currency.
No,
It's
we
called the
don't.
U.S. dollar. It exists in your bank account digitally.
It's
It's already
not the
digital
same
currency.
thing.
It's the same
It's
fucking.
it's still free floating.
They have more control over regular digital currency than they do over crypto. Why would they want to switch to crypto?
They don't want to
Crypto is
switch.
encrypted.
They don't want to
It's
swap to
literally
crypto.
encrypted.
Well, I mean,
That's literally
I
that's
think they do want to. A digital
central bank.
currency doesn't have to be
I already
based on
know about
crypto.
what. I already know about the currency that they've been trying to come up with. It's called CBDC. They already have it in the works. They've been trying to push it out. It's not going to make as much money as they think it will because they're going to put interest rates over it and other bullshit fees. That because you know how, for example, when you send Ethereum over, it takes a certain amount out to pay for the gas. That's what they're going to try and do with it. It's not going to work. People are going to stick with regular digital currency. And guess what? Those companies, those banks, they have more control over that than they do over crypto. It's going to end up just being a niche thing like crypto already is, like NFTs.
Or you tax the shit out of crypto, which is what they do, and
No, they won't
force
tax.
them. He literally said he will. What are you talking about? And
They're
he's the
not
one
going
who
to. They're
started the
not going to
tax.
tax their own currency. They are
I
going to
didn't
tax
say they're
digital.
taxing their own currency. I said they're
That you
taxing
did. You said they're
crypto.
taxing.
Like they're
They're
taxing
already doing that.
Bitcoin.
They did that like years ago when they unlisted it as
Yes,
a security.
that's my point.
Yes, or
Yes,
they listed it as a
they
security
force
because then
you
that
to invest
and Robinhood
in the U.S.
literally
digital currency.
every single cryptocurrency that was forced to be listed as a security got taken off of Robinhood because Robinhood was literally just like, we're not paying the fees. Go fuck yourself.
I don't know what Robinhood is. Didn't
It's
they were in the news for some reason recently?
who knows. I don't have an account with them anymore because they suck now. But let's see, Robinhood news. What did they do? Revenue jumps, beat estimates on meme stock. Yeah, shocker. You do shady insider trading, investor bullshit, and Robinhood gets to go
I
up.
think they were just trending on Twitter, and that's where I remember it from.
I don't care about them anymore. I switched to a regular bank. So
I don't know. I think it was intentional. I think not
who
good stuff
cares?
is happening.
Everything is intentional. Nothing is a coincidence anymore. Everything is being controlled by the invisible hand. Who gives a shit?
I give a shit.
I- I'm here for the ride, and I'm here for the German army. Come on, Germany. We're waiting. Everyone's waiting with bated breath. Come on, please, for the love of God, just do something. I don't care. Even if you kill yourself, harakiri, just do something, man. I'm tired of seeing you guys just sit there and
Oh,
fucking die.
I guess Germany's kind of been a good ally of Israel. It's just the U.S. and Germany who's been like really defensive for Israel.
Exactly. Fuck the UK. They haven't helped Israel out at all. But Germany has helped out Israel. They aren't anti-Semites anymore. They've
The UK has helped too. The UK has helped too.
no, they haven't.
Yeah, they were a part of the
And
West. They were a part of the
and
Western coalition that shot
and
down.
how are they going to help now that they're Muslim? How are they going to help?
I don't know. I don't know when that shit
What
happened.
are they going to do?
I don't know. So I think they still have one more election cycle. So like the Muslims have gained power
Wait.
at a
We're
local
thinking about
level.
this all wrong. We're thinking about this all wrong.
Yeah,
Stop
go
for a
ahead.
second. How many British companies do we know that are on the United States stock market? We need to
I have
start
no
putting
idea.
out shorts on every single one of those British companies immediately.
Why?
Because we'll make money. The British companies won't exist anymore. They'll be fucking gone.
Do you have enough money to do that? Because I don't.
We can save up. They're not completely gone. They still have
That's
30%
true.
left. Once it gets to zero, then we know that they're
Only
done for.
30% left.
It's like a battery, like a phone battery. Oh, they have 30% left.
Dude, I don't even know what they do. Realistically, I don't
They
really know what
don't.
they do.
They've been sitting at home eating fish chips, paying for their TV license, and jerking off and playing fucking God knows what on their computer. They've been sitting there playing Minecraft while the Muslims have been busy procreating and fucking raping
Oh
their
my
women.
god!
Like,
Did you see? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. But did you see the
yeah.
incest rates for uh air for the Middle East and Africa? I don't know if it was Africa. Sorry, just the Middle East.
Hopefully, very high.
Dude, it's like 50% plus for all of them.
Good job, Wincest. Wincest is what I gotta say.
Dude,
Wincest. Yep.
it's so crazy. There's a guy who went on the Joe Rogan podcast and he exposed it and it went viral. And he showed that like the fucking if Joe couldn't believe it. Joe was like, "Oh, is this like your opinion? Or are you just making this up?" And he was like, "No, look it up, dude. The incest rates for Middle Eastern countries are and the Middle Eastern people are insanely high. Dude, I can't. Dude, I can't. The fucking the stuff that goes on there, it's so crazy. You would not think that there would be such a stark difference in culture between these like modern places and in the current age, dude. You would not think it'd be that crazy. But can you imagine like the difference? So like let's say we deport all the immigrants and
Okay.
culture doesn't
Magical
change.
fantasy land.
Right,
Yep.
we deport all the immigrants. We don't be commies. We fucking continue the American dream. Continue being us. Just imagine the difference in culture between the U.S. and the Middle East. It's already crazy, but imagine it. Assuming that we continue along diverse lines, dude, it would be
Uh,
crazy. I don't know what it looks like, but I think it's
okay. First
crazy.
off, Doug. First off, I'm convinced we're living in the schizophrenic timeline. We're living in the backrooms timeline. Aiden Ross and XQC met up with fucking Donald Trump. Donald Trump became president like 8 years ago or some shit, right? I don't I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm speechless about what is fucking happening in this fucking country. DEI has become a thing, which is literally
It
just
died.
non-white,
Thankfully, it died.
not which is essentially just anything that isn't white. If you're not a white
Oh
person,
yeah,
then you're DEI.
white
That
male,
was the whole
white
yeah
male,
yeah what yeah that was literally the entire
white
point.
straight male. As long as you
And
are
it,
a
and it
white straight.
literally did not affect me at all because I have an actual job, so that didn't affect me at all. And then you have
If you
uh,
watched TV, it
unless
affected you. By the way.
I don't watch TV. I haven't seen
Oh,
an
good
advertisement
for
in
you.
years.
I'm not talking about
Years.
advertisement. I'm talking about any movie
My IQ has
ever.
gone into the triple digits because of this.
Dude, you're accelerating.
Of accelerating because I haven't seen the ads. But it's like, and the Muslims being 50% incest, this is a win. They know what to fucking do.
What the fuck? What is that? What the hell is going on? Dude, at least we didn't have to pay for any of these special effects.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
But it's like that's a win. That's literally
Uh,
a win. They literally just they literally just zerg it out. They're like, guys, let's just make a shit ton of us. What the fuck are they gonna do, right?
I Jesus Christ, dude. Oh,
Jesus Christ ain't here no more. He died a
no,
long time ago, Doug.
I can see why he left. Holy shit.
Yeah. Even God was like, fuck, damn, you guys
Oh,
are douchebags. You killed my only son? Like, damn. Now, here's an earthquake. Go fuck yourself.
I
But
don't know.
it's like
I don't know. Keep
it's like
going.
I want to see what happens. Like Europe is about to become some of the best television ever because you
I
get to
agree
see
with
them
that.
fight it out. And I'm so glad. Like a few years ago, if you asked me if I wanted to live in Europe, I've been like, yes, God, I fucking hate this
Yeah,
shitty
right.
country. Let me live in Europe. And now I'm like, thank God I'm in fucking America, which I never thought I would ever say. But yeah, no, Europe will be fun. Maybe they can resurrect Monty Python, and Monty Python will make all the Muslims laugh out of their country or something.
I don't know.
That's the British's best bet at this point.
I don't know. AI is what I'm clinging on to. I'm just like I'm so glad Nvidia put out their model and I can or their system and I can just fucking make my own AI. That is
Yeah.
it. That is what I'm clinging on to. It's just like okay, I can make my own AI. I'm not controlled.
You
It's
wanna know what's
okay.
so funny, Doug? As powerful as that AI can be, I don't think it's enough to save Britain at this point.
I'm not trying to save Britain, dude.
No.
I'm not
I
trying to
just think it's
save.
so funny. I just think it's so funny how we have like the most powerful AI at our disposal, and it's still not going to be enough to save Britain from itself.
I don't know. They're so in the hole that like
I mean, I am gonna miss Monty Python, but that ended a while ago, so I guess I'm not really missing out on much if the Britons go. I mean, we did already beat them in a war, so I do feel kind of bad for them because it's kind of like we just beat the shit out of them, and they're having like a villain arc where they're just slowly dying now, and I don't know. I almost kind of pity them if they weren't British.
yeah. Good luck. Good
If
luck, Britons. Good luck.
yeah, oh yeah, another reason I hate Britain is because of the stupid ass Black Mirror shit. Where everyone had a British accent because it was always filmed in like Britain or some shit, or they had all English actors. I'm just like, sounds so cringe. Like, I'm sorry, I just hate the British accent too. Honestly, I think this is a good thing. I'm glad that Britain is a Muslim country now. I'm glad. At
Oh,
least you have some sort of order. At least you have a path, a goal now.
don't give up, English. You can recover.
No, they
You can
get
recover.
30%. You ain't recovering.
30
30% my ass.
30% is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. 30% is nuts. So in the U
30% is you're screwed.
in America, it's less of the Middle East and Arab, and it's more Spanish. It's like the
Yeah, the only
Spanish
difference
people.
is the Spanish don't have an all-powerful God that wants them to kill the Jews.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think it's a little less worrisome. We kind of fuck with
Yeah,
the Spanish a little
yeah,
more.
yeah. Their God is the Christian God, so at least they're somewhat peaceful. Whereas you guys kind of just you're stuck with the guys that want all the Jews dead, and they get to consummate marriages with 9-year-olds. So that's what you guys get, but you deserve it for letting it in. Like honestly, Britain deserves it.
I want to end on a good note. What can we talk about that does not fucking have to do with this
You want to end on a
madness?
good note in the year 2024?
Yeah.
Are you high?
No, but I
Oh, here,
wish.
here, I'll give you a good note.
Yeah, that's not working. You were using that to celebrate.
Ah, there you
Celebrate
go. There's
craziness.
just enough. It's not even crazy. It's not even crazy. These countries literally did it to themselves. They literally screwed themselves over. And then
True.
they're like, "Oh, please, please help us. Please, we fucked ourselves over. Please." No. No. You can suffer, you can lie, you can sleep with the fishes, buddy. You're the one who wanted to go fishing, now you can sleep with the
I
fishes.
just don't want us to fuck our own selves over and end up like them. That's all.
Doug, it doesn't matter. We're not American. We're not American.
Really?
Americans died a long yes,
Oh,
Americans died a long fucking time ago.
I
America is dead. At this point, you know what we are? We're investors. We pay a subscription to the government, which is not a country, by the way, it's a corporation. Look
true.
it up. The United States US of A is a federal corporation. It is not a government and it
True.
is not a country.
Not wrong.
We pay a subscription to them with our tax money to pay for our roads, our food, our water, to pay for the FDA, Department of Education, all of these things, Department of Transportation, all of these things are part of our subscription. And so if I pay for Apple Music and Apple Music gives me shitty fucking music, you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cancel my Apple Music subscription and I'm going to go to a different one. I feel that I am an investor. I'm not an American. If I am paying for something in America and I do not get the value that I want out of it, I am going to leave. And everyone else that has a fucking brain will do the same fucking thing.
True. You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
I'm an investor. I'm not an American. Americans died a long time ago.
Yeah. My hope is AI helps us fucking fix
AI
these
is a good
things
opportunity. I think AI is a good opportunity. I like living in America. I don't find it to be terrible for the most part.
for
There's,
now.
a few crack addicts and homeless people, which is annoying, but we're not overrun with the Venezuelans yet. So I'd say we're in a pretty good spot so far, but things may change. We'll see how things turn out.
Well, there was that shootout in Florida. You see that?
No,
Um,
shootout.
they. I don't want to. I don't want to be wrong. I want to say it was a
I'll
gang.
look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Shootout,
But
Florida.
there was a call to the police. I don't remember what the complaint was, but they go and it was a trap for them, and they actually tried to just like have a shootout and beat the police. And I believe 2 officers died.
Deadly ambush shooting of Lake County deputy claimed to work for God.
Okay, never
So
mind.
they're
I don't
crazy
know what that's
people.
about.
That's what I'm talking about. August 5th,
Yes,
2024. That's the one
that
you're
is what
talking
I'm
about,
talking
right?
about. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's the one.
Florida woman arrested in deadly ambush shooting of Lake County deputy. Claimed to be working for God. And it's some meth head. It's a meth head woman
Oh,
who
okay. Hmm.
probably has diabetes from the looks of it.
Oh,
Charged with first degree premeditated murder of a law enforcement officer, 7 counts of attempted murder, felony battery, strangulation, 2 counts of battery, and battery on a law enforcement officer. She's not from Venezuela. She does have a very weird last name, so Pilzio. I can't even pronounce that. But I'm not too concerned at the moment. I think who's our Sheriff Grady Jude? I think
I
that's
don't
his
know.
name.
No idea.
I think that's the name. He's very intense on just shooting anyone that goes into your property illegally. So I like him. I think he's smart. I think he understands the concept. We'll see how things go though. I may end up pulling out my quote unquote investment of America if it turns to shit, like most other people will, if they
True.
have a brain. And most Americans don't have a brain because Americans died a long time
Well, we will we'll go back to having guests pretty soon. Probably next week we will have guests, and yeah, hopefully that'll help lighten the mood.
Oh wait, I think the mood's pretty good right now.
I disagree.
You literally have infinite content. We literally have infinite
You're not
content.
wrong. We have like it is kind of crazy like how easy it is for me to like pull up content for us to talk about. Like it is insane. There's not a
See?
single day that goes by without some fucking wacko nonsense happening in a country. You have the Olympics, which is a complete and total shit show. You had fucking
Yeah.
Olympians, the swim team, going swimming in the Rhine River. They get out, they're all fucking getting sick because they all they all got
It's so I
viruses and
love
stuff. You have women
France
fighting,
is such a dirty country.
dude.
It's so funny too because France got invaded and they're still just as shitty as they were before they got invaded.
They're insane. That's true. You're not wrong. Yeah. There's no real
I
things
hate
going on there.
France. I
The,
absolutely hate France.
you have violent crime all throughout Europe because of the fucking importing of immigrants. You have violent crime here in America. You have Kami Kamala versus fucking Orange Donald Trump. Like, we are just in a fucking bottomless pit of content. We literally could not cover everything that
I
can be covered.
I'd be careful with your words there, Doug. I wouldn't call her Kami Kamala
She's openly a commie. She's openly
because
communist, and so is
Kami
her
in
VP.
Japanese means God. You're calling her goddess Kamala when you say Kami
It,
because
okay,
Kami in Japanese means God.
well, I'm not
So
Japanese, and I'm not speaking Japanese.
well, any of our Japanese viewers, if they're out there, which
We
I
don't
hope
have
they are, I love
we don't have
Japan. You
any
have
Japanese
very
viewers.
beautiful women in Japan. I love the women in Japan. Very beautiful
Japan, we
women.
love you. We support
We
you.
love Japan. We love Japan. Very
We
bigly. Very
we're
bigly.
sorry about the loss of your old prime minister. Well, we apologize. It wasn't our fault, but
We there was not
you have our
we miss Mr.
condolences.
Abe every day. We have a
Yes.
shrine. We have a shrine for Mr. Abe right in Marilago.
No, we, do we?
I do love Japan though. I
I
don't
like
think
Japan.
I, honestly that's where I'm gonna go to die. I'm gonna go to die in Japan
I
once I get to
do.
be very old.
I do love our Asian allies. I think they're fantastic. Not gonna lie.
I, I,
Oh,
I love
here's
China too. Yeah.
Japan has reinitiated fucking whale hunting. By the way.
Oh, it's about time. Whale Wars back with season 2.
Oh,
Let's go. Come
on.
on, baby. I love it.
Oh, craziness. But I,
I love Japan so much. They don't give two shits. Like, with all the chaos that's going on, let's bring back whaling, guys. What do you think?
yeah,
Everyone agree? Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
just a
time.
rise in nationalism across the board. The global, what do they call it? The globalists or whatever have like failed, and people are kind of
Yeah,
swapping back to nationalism, and so you have this division that's like insane. You have all these countries that are just straight up like fuck Western technology, fuck their philosophy. It's kind of
that's why I
crazy.
love the Muslims so much. That's why I love them so much, Doug,
And you
because they
love
don't give.
Israel. You
And
love
I love
Muslims
Israel
and
too,
Israel.
and Israel, of course. I do. I don't like anti-Semites, but I do like Muslims because the one thing Muslims hate more than they hate anyone else is the globalists. Technology? What the fuck is that? Is that a computer? Bah, bah, bah. What the fuck is a camera? Get that shit out of here. What the fuck is a television? They kick the fucking TV off the fucking pedestal. I'm like, we don't need any of this shit. We just need Allah and 9-year-olds. That's all we
Oh
need.
my god. It's so depressing. I hate seeing that stuff. But one of the things that
You know,
bugs me, and I like talk with women because they empathize with this a lot more. But whenever I talk to women about this, and it's why I bring it up so much, because it's like something nobody talks about, because
yeah.
it's so horrific. And I get that it's like horrific, and it's tough to like talk about. But I mean, it's much tougher to be that fucking poor 9-year-old like little girl, man. And the only way
Oh
that
yeah.
awareness spreads is by people talking about it. So like that's the only reason I bring it up is nobody else is gonna say anything, and I know it's hard to hear, I know it's hard to talk about, but like man, dude, the only way that shit exists because it's gonna get swept under the rug, no one's gonna talk about it, is if we do. That's it. That's the only
Yeah.
way. And
Well, unfortunately, the reality is that they have like a grip over their people. They that grip will probably never loosen. They're going to be able to enforce whatever law they want, regardless of how immoral it is, or pedophilic it is, or how evil it may be. They have a grip on their people because of their religion, and that's probably never going to loosen. So even if we discuss it, even if anyone discusses it, it doesn't matter. Like words don't change the world, unfortunately, at least not for the most part. There are certain words that can change the world, but those are people that are in positions of power, and we don't have that power, unfortunately.
uh, yeah, but awareness matters. And when
Where
you look at what's happening in Iraq, and then you look over at what's happening in the UK, and then you look at what's happening in the US, you can see the trending pattern, and that should help bring awareness. That should help people care, and then you can kind of people can go vote is the best way to ensure that shit doesn't happen here. And it
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I disagree. I think words do matter. Awareness matters. Knowing that that shit goes on, knowing that like these violent acts are being swept under the rug, like that
Yeah.
matters. We actually have a lot of people who watch us in Canada too because their news are they're so fucked. Like their news is also just as controlled as the UK, if not worse. And it's actually
Yeah.
so bad that Canada has talked about banning podcasts. Yeah.
What? Why?
Yeah, because this is how they get their news is through podcasts because their news is so fucked. So
Well,
like
that sounds like America.
yeah, I mean we're on our way. Like we're on our way to that thing, and so the awareness matters. Knowing what's coming matters, so you can
Also,
try and prevent it.
what are we gonna do about Columbus, Ohio?
What happened in Columbus, Ohio?
Let me read this off to you. Columbus, Ohio, has the second highest Somali population in the
Oh
U.S.
yeah.
About 50, and the majority are Muslim.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Exactly. No, that's a really good point. So they're I believe it's their governor. He ended up changing their flag. It looks more like the Somalian flag. He caters to that population. Like they're
Yep.
like you bring a really good point. There is a place. It's literally here in the U.S., guys. It's literally here. It's already started. That's what like the first fucking place we're seeing it happen live. And I saw a lot of posts responding. They're like, "Oh, it's racist. It's racist." Like, bro, how is it
Life is
racist?
racist.
Yeah,
Life is racist.
I like if that's racist, bro. Hey, I'm racist as fuck. I don't fucking care, dude. I'm fucking mega racist, dude. Keep that shit away from me. I don't want to see that shit. But you bring up a good point. Here is a
It's
governor who
racist
celebrates
until
it,
they start having sex with 9-year-olds, and then it's a problem.
and then it's
So how
too
long are you
late.
gonna wait?
Is the
Yeah,
problem?
and then exactly, how long are you gonna wait? How long until you're gonna just be like, okay, maybe it's not that racist. Maybe it was actually just a logical conclusion.
Yeah, and that's what the UK has come to, and they're already there, and
But
they're so fucking.
once again, Doug, if I feel my subscription's going to waste, I'm selling assets and I'm heading the fuck out.
Oh, you're
That's how it's gonna go.
yeah. Well, I
Literally,
assume you won't be the only one.
I literally own a home. I literally own a home. I can literally dip whenever I want.
Good for you, dude.
I
Good
can
for you.
literally dip
Just
whenever I
wait until the
want.
communists take over and then tell you that you have to fucking start sharing that home with illegal immigrants.
I would sell before that point, Doug. I can assure you, I would be selling before that point. I'd be
Good.
taking my all to the Philippines with a beautiful Filipina goddess. Oh, just having a home on the beachfront. I'm sitting there in my Hawaiian t-shirt, even though it's the Philippines, because I don't really care. And she comes over to me and she's like, honey, I have the food made. It's sushi straight from Uber Eats." I'm like, oh, yay! Thank the Lord. Oh, and can we sit down? Can we sit down and you can watch me play League? Like, yes, honey, I can watch you play League all day. Oh, thank God, I love this country.
Yeah. Well, well, hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we nip this in the bud.
Hopefully it won't come. What do you mean, Doug? That's my dream. That's like my dream. That's hopefully it won't come to that, Doug. That's the best possible outcome at this
oh,
point.
oh my god, dude. Yeah, I totally forgot about the Ohio thing, but you're right. It's here. It's already here in the U.S. There it is.
Yeah,
It's fucking there.
yeah.
Oh, oh, May. Go vote. Hope it fucking helps, man.
Vote for Kamala. Vote for
Do not
Kamala.
vote for vote for
Vote for
Kamala if you
Kamala.
vote for Kamala if you want Muslim and
Don't listen to this guy. He's
communism.
transphobic. He's an
It's
anti-Semite. He's
true.
sexist. He's
I am all
fascist.
of
He's a
those
bigot.
things.
He's a misogynist. He's a sexist. He's an
He is not
anti-trans
wrong.
person.
Yep.
He's anti-Muslim. He's
Yep.
anti-Chinese. He's
True.
anti-Russian. He's
True.
anti-Kuwait, anti-Bahrain, anti-Iran,
They're all
anti-Egypt,
right.
anti-UK, anti-Egypt,
Yes.
anti-Germany, anti-Poland, anti-Poland, anti-Germany. He's anti-South America, South Argentina. He's
No, I
anti-Argentina.
like Argentina. I like Malay.
Never mind, then we're all good.
Oh, yeah. Well, anything here before we wrap up?
No,
No. Good luck,
no.
viewers. Good luck. Good luck,
Go vote.
Canadian and UK viewers in your fight against your
I'm
oppressors.
not wishing you good luck. I listen. I'm gonna put shorts on all your stocks. Please, just leave the country or die.
Oh my god. Ugh.